Yeah, but like even a second can be kind of crucial sometimes.
True.
Sometimes it'll be a second, sometimes it'll be up to like 10 seconds. It's,
Yeah,
Okay,
Twitch
even the
is
YouTube
so,
live, it's like it'll go out of sync after a while.
One question, guys: how many of you still missed Forested from like overall Forested?
I have.
If I
Well,
lower
like-
the quality, will it go faster, or is it just something else that the delaying it?
Because from tomorrow we are supposed to do only like Broodkeeper and Trazaget, because we didn't really do any progression on her. So I'm not sure. Like,
I mean, if we do Broodkeeper and Rezagoth, then the rest of the bosses are very easily puggable.
yeah, that's one idea. Or second one can be that we like start and hour early, and just start with it because in an hour we can kill like 5-6 bosses. But I'm not sure if it's a good idea to prolong the range time for like from 3 to 4 hours.
I mean, we could also just have like an hour raid Thursday or something. I don't know, and like just try to stack for the people.
I mean, you can't really add like one raid day because it will be unfair to Group A. Because they won't be getting it because they have their own raid. So I don't think that's a good idea, so nobody complained that like... Yeah, I mean, 4 hours is kinda a long raid time.
Yeah, we won't change raid times. I mean, that's like a whole thing because you've got to have everyone on board, right?
Yeah.
That's why we generally don't change times and we don't go over. You might
So
go over if like, you're near killing it and you want to.
Yeah, because like the question is if we wanna do one more full clear, or we just wanna go progress and you will have to pug it.
You can pug Thaner for try to drop the last set, but if we do Birdkeeper and drop, I'm okay.
Because like I don't really know if it's that worth it to do since next week we are getting the catalyst for the tier pieces. And most people should be at like 3 out of 4 at least right now.
True.
Do we have skip on someone?
Okay.
Yeah, I know it's
Yeah,
hard
I
to get the
have
tier
the skip.
piece. Okay, so we can.
Do you have a heroic skip? Do I?
I think you have only normal one.
You need to kill.
Oh yeah,
Diana.
I need one more for heroic. Yeah.
Yeah, but like the problem is I understand that it's like hard to get tier set in PoW, but at the same time it's because we don't really have drop right now.
Next week you can craft tier pieces, by the way.
Yeah, I know, but like
Myself got every tier piece from PoW except the Volt.
can you put Cauldron on a star mark?
I mean, I don't mind starting like a half hour. Well, I don't mind starting at 7 just for those who need, like, even if it's just a smaller group, as in like to get people tier.
I was
do
thinking
brew creep.
I'm not a fan of it because I don't really need heroic now. But like
Yeah, but how many people are needing like tier set? Like if there's enough of us, it should be worth it, right? To just do a raid for that. But
I think we will just pug it and do.
but yeah, as I said, you will be able to craft it anyway. So and we'll probably do when we get the skip. We'll do like the last 2 bosses, right? Rezagoth and Broodkeeper.
Yeah,
Broodkeeper has
definitely.
the trinket. Like everyone wants the trinket pretty much, and yeah, and the weapon from Rezagoth and shit.
So and still like we can pretty much one-shot Broodkeeper and then progress Razaget.
Yeah.
Because most of people don't have Catenach, so
Yeah, you can always set up an extra
Yeah.
heroic raid at the weekend or something.
yeah, probably. Like probably this or maybe like Monday afternoon because I won't be
I
around
think,
during the week.
I think Group A are going to use the skip. I reckon if you guys use the skip and then we set up a raid at the weekend for the other heroic bosses, the earlier ones, full clear.
Technically, if someone have the skip from Group A, they can just join for our group, activate the skip, and join back to yours. It should work too.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure someone in your group has a skip, right?
Doubt it.
I don't know, because we didn't kill Brute Keeper as much. You were
Uh,
faster on the heroic progress than us.
Do you need to have the Primal Chaos actually in your bags? Doesn't it work in the bank? What the fuck? Okay.
Yeah, you need to have it in the back.
God damn it. Yes, I'm in back. I'm going to the bank.
Click me.
I think the call was only up for 3 minutes, yes?
That's why
So
we
make
do
sure
this.
to click it.
Yeah, I said
Use everything you can.
I didn't know you actually had like have the fucking shit on you. I thought it worked in the reagent bag, but it did not.
Which of the healers is dying most of the mana? Bahal, how are you with mana? Compared.
How many?
Through it.
Can you take infinite potions, or is
No,
is it
20.
like running out? Okay,
20.
Okay. I'm gonna make sure I use those instead of my own, because I don't have.
That's feast and hellstones.
Cookies, please.
Yeah, prior to me getting those innovates, I was burning through it the other day.
Also, guys, please, Bahal invested to get the cauldron. It's expensive as shit to craft, so please get the potions and actually use them. Because if you log out with those potions, they are gonna disappear.
Yeah.
Set your talents for Terros.
Derp.
Yeah.
I have a question about Group A. Was there any major difference you guys did, or was it just not dying in the early stages?
Oh, we died. Oh, we died a lot. Any difference? No, when we killed it, people died a little bit less.
And the kill, you had their first death at like 4 minutes, so it's
Yeah.
really just
Yeah.
not dying.
I basically said from the start, if you don't get a death from halfway through and your damage is okay, you should be able to kill it in the last few seconds.
Like, I mean, I don't think we really need to change anything because we were at 8% without using pre-pots and runes.
Just getting the muscle memory of it back again. Our group wiped a lot of times at like 3%, and then had a couple of bad wipes, then a 3%, and a couple of bad. So
Yeah.
you might have similar. It's just when people die early, it's kind of like you might as well just call a wipe early. Maybe not on the first few pulls, but.
Okay, guys. So Oh, sorry, I forgot to do the groups.
Yeah.
Can you remind me, please, who was ranged group?
Me, Kurama.
Kurama, I think Smallcat was. Disco, right?
Hesh.
Also, did everyone get the Warcraft Warlock portal toy thing? The ones who didn't have?
We should definitely have it.
Where do you get it?
You
from
buy
anything.
it.
I didn't get it. You buy where?
You buy it. You can get it in Oribos, where the transmog was, or where you do dailies with Varatian. There is a vendor that sells it.
Yeah, it's called
There's
a
a vendor in
gate.
Valdraken as well. Down by the trading guys, the crafting things.
Yeah, it's called the Gateway Control Shard.
Yes, and the NPC is called Dothanos or something like that.
Oh, Pastor, okay. Okay, so again, group 4 and Hash are a range group, rest is the melee. Do you have notes, or you need me to share it again for CDs?
I
Check it for
still
mine.
have the note, but are we the same people?
Because like we didn't make any changes here.
Yeah.
Wait,
Sure,
this is
sure.
the alt node, I think. Because I think Buri's aura was on 545, right, Buri? From the note I shared.
I don't remember, but I always.
I think
I
it
al-
was the last pillars before the last mythic debuff.
I always just put aura on the stun, not
I'll
on
be
mythic
right
debuff.
back. Half a minute.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking because I had saved the old one, which right now we should be okay. Yeah, seems good right now. Yeah. Okay. Let's go. I believe we can kill it fast, guys. Also, I hope everybody is fully enchanted. Pruta, I did some like looking into the fights and I saw that like they were doing range groups and they all ported and they then moved out, or if they had like more CD than us, they just stayed in the melee all the time. Okay, get your flasks up. We still have a lot of people without flask. Yeah, Pruta, you are in melee. Like if you are not group 4 or a hash, you are in melee. Same as last time, nothing changes. It worked, we don't really need to make adjustments. Just don't die to stupid shit, I would say, right now. And we have the kill.
Okay, I'm back.
Okay, let's go. I'll try to mark, but don't know if I'll be able to mark as much as last time with the red mark, because I'm not on my classical setup now. Bloodlust open. Pillars in the middle. Move away from pillars. Back to blue mark. Combat as small cat. Small cat speed. Go back. Mythic debuff. Out. We're going for the red marker on next slam. Take the boss. Spikes in the middle. And left to the blue marker after pillars, okay? Move out. Left to the blue marker. Get the speed totem ready. I have aggro. Red marker. Back to blue. Perfect stack. Move out. One more tank.
Oh, you took aggro sometime.
Okay, wipe it.
Yeah.
What the fuck is the aggro today? Ah, okay, I got 2 crits in a row, that's why.
Oh, the hunter's misdirecting.
Yeah, you should probably... Like, you don't really need to misdirect me, but please, if
No,
our
but-
dump is having the
yeah.
tank misdirect
No,
him.
but the misdirect shouldn't matter like that far in. Like,
Like, it will add something.
Yeah, we had issues with our tanks with misdirecting. Just don't use it at all, we don't need to.
our damage isn't that fucking different though.
Exactly, yeah. It's pretty
I don't know,
obvious.
Yeah, like, it's still 5k, so, like...
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm just gonna have to fucking pay more attention to that. It's
If the
getting
threat
fucking
is
annoying.
the same, you know, if we have almost the same damage, we have almost the same threat. So if I then get 2 lucky crit for like 160k, it's
Yeah,
gonna
true.
rip the threat from you.
Yeah. I'm just gonna.
Time to get Omen, boys. Track that threat.
True. I'm gonna do that with.
Back to what looked.
Good old Omen threat meter.
Yep. Wait, I can't. Where is?
Yeah, if
there-
everyone's
let's go.
using details, you've got the threat meter, tiny threat details. as
Yeah,
well.
true. You could turn it on threat, yeah.
Is that ready? Okay, go. Let's go. The more pulls we do, the
Where is it?
better.
Ah, fuck it, I can.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
towards middle. And everybody try to soak it, okay? It will reduce a lot damage. Back to blue. And we go into the right side. Small cat speed. Stuck on blue. Move out. Take the boss. Pillars in the middle. We go in for the red marker, plus minus. Pillars. Back to blue. Get the speed totem ready. Move. Back to blue, Mythic debuff. Tank out. Get ready to take the gate now. Use the gate. Get ready for a pushback, we do in darkness for this perfect stack. Pillars in the middle. ACDs on pillars. Back to star. We dodge into the right side. Bahal is using speed for the slam. Speed now. Back to star for Mythic debuff. Heal it up. Okay, we need to bait to the left this time. We got very shitty RNG now, okay? So we go into the left. Pillars in the middle again. Soak. Pillars in the middle. Try to soak as many people as possible. Kill it. Back to star mark. Molket is doing P now. To the left. Back for Mythic debuff. Clear the Mythic. Combat restore. We're going for the green marker. One more clear in the melee. Clear it. We get an annihilation now. Use it. Pillars in the middle. We run into the to the right. Oh, we do. Clear it. Pillars in the middle. Oh, one pillar is wrong, to the right. Okay, you have to move away from the pillar now after debuff. Back to green. We go in for the red marker. Pork, you doing speed.
We have rest in 30.
Yeah, we need to rest Disco, definitely. Pillars in the middle.
Soaked.
You're gonna have to use health stones now. Don't die, Pastor. Nice. We're going for the red marker with the slam now, okay?
Rest in 10.
Yeah, rest as soon. Mythic debuff. Wipe it. Don't prolong it, guys. It was a good pool, but I don't know how we lost Kurama at door at the start. Let me check.
I full press ice block, but I use all to survive, so I don't know.
Fast recovery, guys. Don't waste time. So fast feast and we go. Derek, can you check me if everyone used the pot, please, on the lock?
Yeah, sure.
Guys, we weren't in the last phase, and we are 33%. We have incredible damage today.
Yeah, you're off damage just fine trickling it.
Yeah, we have good
Got to
damage.
survive the last, got to not have early deaths.
Yeah.
It's going pretty well. First third of the fight was really good.
Peace, please.
Is someone
Oh,
logging?
Aladam should be logging.
Should fuck it. Okay, yeah, I forgot.
Don't tell me what.
No, wait, I have the logs, but
It's like
I
personal log, not the guild log.
no, no,
Yeah.
I'm gonna do that.
What the fuck? How did Thor die to clearing of the marks?
Like I'm turning logging off, but I'm forgetting to turn the live logging off. So I have the log, it's not uploaded.
yeah, it's fine, it's fine.
Yeah, I'm uploading it, and then I will start live logging once this is up.
Hellstones. Take the
Okay.
Hellstones, rebuff the group.
Yeah, it should start showing up in guild chat in the post it in Discord. Here's up to now.
Okay, guys. One more thing. If I say we go somewhere on the slam, everybody from the melee group needs to go there, because when we do it for the reason because the swirlies are spawning on the player. Even if like one person go to the other side, there is a chance swirly is gonna spawn here. And the reason we do it to the right side is so we have more space in the later phases, okay? So I kinda need us to move as a group. Not someone like ignoring it and going it. You have time to do it because we have speed cooldown for every single slam, okay? It wasn't bad, just try to focus on it. Because it can make the fight so much easier for us if we do it correctly with the baiting.
True.
Like,
Yeah, 17 potions last pull. So.
Yeah, because the healers aren't using them; they are using mana pots mainly, so you can't really count
I'm using it. I'm using a healing pot. I'm using a pot and pull.
Yeah, it's fine.
It's fine if you don't have mana issues, but like if druids are, for example, ramping, the mana pot is helping them a lot.
Yeah, I have mana issues towards the end of the fight.
First plan, we always go only right side, and then we move to the mark.
2, 1.
Pillars in the middle now. Also, Ranger, try to soak these two. It reduces the damage we all take. You're gonna take the damage otherwise, but you're gonna take more if you don't soak. Get ready to move to the right. Small cat speed. Nice. See? Good swirlies. Let me take the buff out. Take the boss. We go in for the red marker. Pillars middle. Away from the pillars. Back to blue mark. Take the boss. To the red marker. Back. Mythic debuff. Back to blue. Get ready to use the gate. Use the gate. Ranged spread. We get in Mythic debuff, darkness. Move out. Combat as black magic. Pillars middle. Back to star. We dodge into the right side. Bahal, you doing speed. Now. To the right. Back. Let's try to push it, let's try to push it. Left to the star mark after pillars. We're going for the red marker again. So just, I will move the star, stand on the star after the pillars. No one will die now, guys. Focus on it. Okay, wipe it, we have second bet. Wipe it. What did you die to?
How is my trinket 14%
reaction.
damage?
Yeah.
That
Black magic
trinket.
died from annihilation. Guys, focus on it. We cannot have these stupid deaths at the start. Like, look, the sooner we kill this, the more practice we get on the spider.
Yo.
Because like next week we don't want to progress Terros. Can someone have a small cut? It didn't reach.
Salty, I'm going to switch my 2 first cooldowns with rewind and drink breath if you don't mind, mate, because the fact that we're all stacked for the mythic debuff, so I'm able to get decent dream breath, whereas with tank slam, people are left, right, and center depending on which way they decided to go. So I'm only able to do dream breath afterwards. So it makes more sense to me to do it the other way around if people are splitting up like that.
You can try it. I'm not just sure if the rewind is gonna do that much on like the tank slams because it's dot and you rewind the damage you took. So
I don't know. There seems to be a lot of damage there. Combination of them both coming in so quickly within each other, there's still a lot of damage there.
if people are topped on the mythic debuff, you cannot die on it because it's not one shot in you because we have people out. Yeah, with priest you can just save someone if he's lagging behind on the movement.
I'll
With the
try to
range
keep an eye out. My bad there.
No, it's fine, but like... I mean, it's first time that happens to black magic, so I don't really care. He didn't make any mistakes last time.
Black magic don't make mistakes.
Just focus, guys. We wanna kill it. We don't wanna slag here 3 hours.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Pillars middle. Just pay attention. If you know you are low before mythic debuff, you have to put personal up. Tuck up. Small cat speed now. Move in the right side. Back to blue mark. Jump. Take the boss. Okay, we're going for the red marker. Towards middle. Back to blue. Go. Back. Clear the rest, get ready for the gate. Gate in 3 seconds. Use gate. Okay, get ready. Perfect stack, we're gonna get knocked back. Stack up. Pillars in the middle. Range it clear once you can. Ideally, don't pop it during the dot. Move out. Combat restore. Moving right. Back to star mark. Pillars in the middle. We move in for the red marker, so we stand in left to the star after the pillars. Left to the star. Small cat is speeding this. Speed now. Star marker. Move out. Tank beam, and we're using the gate after it. Wait. Use the gate. Get ready for Mythic debuff now. Move out. Pillars middle. To the marker. Heal it up. Heal it up. We go into the right side. Perfect stack. Bahal speed for it. Speed now. Mythic mechanic. Move out. Heal it up. Move back. Pillars in the middle. We go in for the red marker after slam. If you are low, use personal.
Resting 15.
1.
15. 10.
Combat res Huntard. If you don't have range for Huntard, you need to combat res. Combat res healer. Combat res healer. Clear the debuff. Tank line. Fast combat res. And we need to take the gate. Gate. Back up. We should have darkness for this. Pillars in the middle. We go on the right side again. Back to the mark. Someone clear on me. Nice, good job. Take on a red. Pillars in the middle. I want you to use everything you can on this. I'll let them do A and V here. For this one.
Oh.
Because you missed, you were supposed to do it for the last Mythic debuff. Okay, wipe it. You missed the cooldown there.
Yeah,
you were supposed to do the...
You're
It's
like,
fine,
it looks like if none of you die, especially
Yeah,
early, you'll kill the boss before he does his last annihilation.
Yeah,
Like,
we have
as he's
we have
doing it.
incredible damage. Like,
Yeah.
we
So,
just need to avoid random death.
yeah, you just need that good pull where no one makes a mistake for 4 minutes.
Yeah.
But it's looking good, yeah.
Wait, I can't have red marker here because... Also, like in the last phase, I forgot there was no marker, so just move to the marker, guys, immediately after the gate, okay?
Yeah, also in the last 2 sections, tanks, you can not get all of the pillars. If you think people are looking a bit low, you can miss like 1 if you angle it right.
I mean, for me, the problem in the
Saved
second...
us once or twice.
What you did, guys, on the second, like, in the second slice, you put pillars, like, kinda in weird shape. It was almost impossible to hit them all, okay? Try to line them a little better. The better they are stuck, the easier it is for us and for you to dodge the tank beam. And we don't have, like, random deaths on it.
Oh, and range should probably clear their debuff a little bit quicker. Especially after the annihilation when you've got to soak.
Like, we ideally need to get rid of the debuffs by the time we are destroying the pillars. The second one, when you don't do the pillars on the tank beam, doesn't really matter if you keep it a little longer. But if you have the big dot and you clear with someone, it's extra damage that can, like, push someone over the edge or have him waste his personal, like, immunity. I feel ready. No, it was good. Just focus, guys. We can kill it soon.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Pillars middle. It's Mythic debuff, we go into the right side, small cat speed now. Nice, clear the debuff. Care for the tank front to the left. Okay, for next slam we go into the right red mark. Stoke, pillars in the middle. Stoke as many people as possible. Good job. Okay, away from the pillars. Back to blue. Get ready to go for the red marker, speed totem down. Combat res Zara after it. Zara wait for the Mythic debuff to pop, then just then accept it. Go, take the res. Get ready for gate. We don't have a gate.
It's coming.
I bet.
Oh, he didn't actually pop the...
It's fine, it's fine. Do the star marker. Mythic debuff. Soaked in the middle. Top Bruta, top Bruta. To the star mark. We go into the right. Bahal speed now. Go back. Take debuff. Or relay. Clear the boss. Okay, we need to go left now. With the slam. Pillars in the middle again. To the star mark. To the left, guys. Small cat speed now. To the star. Tank beam, care for it. Jump. Get ready to take the gate. Take the gate. Doomhammer ready. Ranged clear fast. Pillars middle. Fine, it's fine. Get away from the pillars. Heal it up, heal it up. Okay, slam to the right. Pork speed totem. Mythic debuff. Take the boss. Left to the green marker after pillars, we go in for the red. Pillars in the middle again. Combat res in 30 seconds. 20. Back to green. Left to the green marker. Left to the green marker. Bahal speed now. Go for the red. Back for Mythic debuff. Out. Tank beam. Combat res him. We should have pot in 20 seconds. Use the gate. To the mark, everyone stuck. Darkness. Move out. Pillars in the middle. Top everyone up. Use personals for this pillar break. You have to, you just need to survive this. Second pot. Mythic debuff, we dodge into the right. Small cat speed.
Needs health potion.
Move out. I'm doing tank pin to the left. Clear it, clear it, clear it. Soaks. Range put pillars away. Range pillars away. Out of the stack. At least 2 pillars away, guys, from the stack. Yeah, range, move it out, move it out. Try to get as many as you can, all of them. Use personal health and everything. Stuck on the mark, we go into the right side again. Small cat speed now. Just dodge it now. Tank beam
Watch
on
out
the
for
one
pillar.
pillar.
Yep, watch out for pillar.
Move out.
Healers DPS as much as you can.
Yeah, just focus on DPS now. Get ready with using gate at the last second, okay?
Drop the debuff.
Yeah, clear it in the back, clear it in the back. Doesn't matter if it's on you, just don't clear it. Gate. And use all defenses you have. Push the boss. All death heal CDs, just try to push the boss. Wipe it, we don't have damage now.
Yes, we avoid the deaths, you'll kill it for sure.
Yeah.
That one instead.
Yeah, it's a really
Unfortunately, because we lost 2 combat resist too soon, because like we can combat resist something happened in the last phase.
Yeah, so you just need people to not die at all early.
Yeah.
We just had two bad deaths there. Without those, the boss would have been super dead.
I mean, I would be interested if everyone used the 2 pots, to be honest.
Why people not using 2 bots? What?
I would hope they do.
I hope they do. That's why we had the Cauldron. But
Maybe
like they having the pot doesn't mean. I called the bots.
My cooldowns were coming up in like 10 seconds, so I hold the pot, and then I died.
I mean,
so.
Okay.
You probably want to use the pot like before the 4th smash anyway, even if cooldowns are
Yeah,
coming up,
because
you'll
like
die
in
really
4th
fast
match
after that.
we need to definitely use 4th pot before we go for the full room.
Yeah, because like if you use it on pull, you have like to see the back before we'd like do the last gate.
Yeah, but like,
It's like
someone die in 1-2 minutes in it's a huge DPS loss, even if you like combat that immediately. And we had Ashla down for like 40 seconds, which is like a huge DPS loss.
Yeah, my bat couldn't do anything, didn't have time to divine shield. On this one.
Can I have Warlock Stones, please?
Most people use second pots. Good.
Ah, okay, good.
Can we have health stones?
Make sure when you hear the call out for a second pot, you just press it because it's extra damage. Unless you've got like a few seconds for your cooldowns to come.
I mean, we even have like rank 3 pots, so it's worth pressing it.
Yo.
Still got has anyone not got Vantage Rune on the boss?
We have everyone with the Vantus.
Yeah.
I mean, only Pastor don't have because he used it on Erazaget.
Poor.
So don't do it next week, guys, because next week we need it if we get stuck on Spider, for example, to kill it. Ideally, by end of the next week, we should be on Grim Totem.
Nice.
And then if we kill Grim Totem, we're probably gonna extend
5,
ID.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Press middle. Back on blue. Small cat speed. Now. Back, Mythic debuff, nice. Take the boss. We're going for the red marker. With the next slam. Pillars in the middle again. Do the gate once you can. In between a rotation. Line up pillars, nice. On blue. Do the red marker. Back. Mythic debuff. Move out. Survive, survive. Okay, get ready to gate. Gate now. Just in 5 seconds. Darkness. Stuck up. It's gonna knock us back to respec. Move out. Pillars in the middle. Range it clear as fast as possible. Don't die. Back to star marker. We're going to the right side by half speed. Get ready for mythic debuff. Move out. Combat responder. Take the boss. Back to star mark. Left to star mark actually after pillars we're going for the red marker again. Pillars middle. Don't fuck up, guys. Try to get all of them. Nice. Left to the star marker now. Small cat speed now. To star mark. Stack. Move out. Wipe it, we won't make DPS. We have already another one dead. Just wipe it. What did you guys die to? Explosive reaction. Oh, you took the puddle from the slam. Okay. Focus on it. Like, if you know you are not full topped up, and there is the mechanic happening, you can pre-translate with the hunter, and you will survive the damage. I mean, at least till Terros slice, before we go to the fourth one, nobody can die, if we want to make the DPS check. Did you tank puddle? Oh yeah, you both puddled. Ah, okay. Okay. Can we get a repair boot, guys? Wait, I have them. It's fine. Everyone repair. One more edition, can we go? Close, guys, we were close. We can, if we did it once, we can do it again.
Five, four.
Okay, again, pillars.
Oh,
wipe it.
Yep.
Wipe it.
Eager monk.
Reset.
It wasn't even like 1 second before.
But why?
Like the boss still have view range even though you
It
still
was 3 seconds before.
Yeah.
Well, feast still up. We didn't lose anything on it. Just eat.
Like we wasted time, we have to sit on feast again.
Mhm. You might have accidentally right-clicked.
Black magic ready.
I don't have evocation. Wait, I don't have evocation.
Stop, we don't pull.
I don't know why I don't reset when we die.
How long?
10 seconds, 10 seconds. You can make now.
I hope nobody pre-popped anything. No.
5,
No,
4,
but no train.
No.
3, 2, 1.
First middle. Blue mark. Small pets feet now. Move right side. Mythic debuff. Move out. Tongue beam, care for it. Take the boss. We're going for the red marker in the back. Terros middle. The blue marker. Speed totem now. Back to blue. We take debuff out.
Shit. Wait,
How?
did you get that?
Yeah, wipe it. Why the fuck was that on me?
I don't know why you're getting aggro there. I need to fucking pay attention. Didn't really matter because I was also in the middle of the group, but I don't know
What,
why
guys?
you got the aggro.
We doing stupid mistakes. Let's take 5-minute break. Just go grab some snack or something and calm down a little. And then we try it again. Because we are making really stupid basic mistakes right now. Okay, break 5.
Aladdin? Are you here
Yeah.
still? Your death grip works like a taunt as well, right?
Yeah, but the problem is I don't know why I'm losing aggro. I'm not noticing it. That's the problem. Like I had it for the third slam, and then somewhere between the third and fourth he got aggro. That's the problem. The problem
you
is
don't have
that
a
I'm
thing-
not noticing it. Like I have taunt. So.
Don't you have like a player thing or something to see if you have aggro on the map?
Yeah. I can see if I look on the boss here, like this will be red or purple, but it's easy to not like notice that mid pull like that. That's the problem. Like I'm trying to pay attention to it, but it feels weird. I feel like I shouldn't lose aggro like middle of the pull like that. But I'm guessing salted does a lot more damage than me. But it's not that much more. I don't feel. Oh, he does more than double me at times. Huh. Yeah, he basically spikes up to double my damage like pretty regularly.
Okay, I got a weak aura. You can try, I guess. Should just big text if you have aggro, and obviously no text if no aggro.
Yeah. It's gonna be.
Might work, might not. I just
It's gonna be fun to have up on the screen, like.
Yeah, I mean you can just say that it's only on Terros or whatever, but it's just yeah. I just know it happened quite a few times where he yoinked the aggro.
One minute into the fight, Salty spiked up to 80k DPS and I was at 20. He basically did 4 times my damage.
Sign up as DPS and you can sign up as healer.
Can I get a summon, please?
Sure. If the Warlock is here.
We could summon stone. Mr. Luck.
Okay, I'm back, guys. Oh.
Can you put down peace, please? Or I use mindful?
Salt has yes checked. You're spiking to 4 times my damage at points.
What the fuck?
Yeah,
Really?
at 1 minute into the fight, during a period, your DPS is around like 75 to 80k, and I'm at 20.
I mean, like, right now I do shield someone like 185. My record last mythic was 220.
So I think
now...
it's when you get like 4 times my damage, I think you're taking my aggro.
Yeah. I mean, imagine if I get the trinket you have for damage instead of the one I have from Raccoon right now. Yeah, you have to be a little careful. I can't really do anything else about it because it's random proc in my rotation.
I got a weak or a middle of my screen that warns me like if I have aggro or not, so I can see it better.
And like if I put more I see it if I do more damage, we just have easier DPS check in the end. So
Yeah, no, it's just I should be, but it's like
no,
it's not what I'm not really used to keeping track if I've aggro or not. Like it's usually not necessary.
I'm amazed that, like you can keep up a lot with.
It's like
Like how the fuck are you doing that shield slam damage? That's like when I play arms, I do like 120k with cooldowns and everything.
Okay, go.
So stupid.
Like 1 minute in, you spike to 80k DPS. Like what the fuck?
Yeah, that's I think second avatar proc.
Fucking stupid.
It's fine. Focus, guys. Spikes middle. Back on blue. We go in the right side. Small cat speed now.
Oh.
Mythic mechanic. We need to stand before blue mark, okay? For slime we go in for the red marker. Spikes middle. Stack them so he can clean them all. Blue mark.
Oh, there is a guy.
We're going for the red mark.
I got egg back.
You don't have to call it, please. Just tank beam. Yeah. Just focus on the fight now.
Someone died.
Combat Leroro. Gate.
What? Why?
Star marker. Colors in the middle. With a star marker. Bahal doing speed for the slime. Back on star. Move out. Tank slime. Back to star. Pillars middle. Slime we go for red marker. Take the pillars. Don't die now. Use personal health stones if you're dying. Small cat speed. Red marker. Star mark. Move out. One more tank beam. Get ready for the gate. Back up for Mythic debuff. Move out. Pillars in the middle. Top right up, top right up. On the green mark, we go on the right side. Fork doing speed totem. Mythic debuff. Take the boss. Slam left to the green marker, we go in for the red mark. Pillars in the middle again. How are you doing speed for this slam now? Mythic debuff, and then we got instant tank beam. Combat res in 2, we need to combat res him. TB res now. Before the annihilation.
Combat
Make it
res
on time.
to the right.
Get ready to take the gate. Take the gate. Stuck on the orange mark, range it, go out. We get in
Rebuff
Mythic
stamina.
debuff.
Rebuff battle shout and stamina.
Move out. Parasols held stones on these pillars. Everything on these pillars. Stop it up fast.
Battle shout.
Coming up.
Second pot. All defensives you can now. Mythic debuff, stuck on orange. Climb to right. Move out. Care, tank beam in the left. Back to orange mark, split the pillars into 2 groups now. At least 3 pillars out, rest in the middle. All of them take the big group first. Good job. Don't die, Pastor. To the orange mark, and we need to move left now. To the left. Mythic debuff.
Watch out pillars, watch out pillars.
You don't want to blame
Away
them.
from the pillars, away from the pillars. Focus, guys.
I feel Zephyr probably.
Yeah, pop Zephyrs.
Zephyrs.
Gate, we need gate. Oh, we don't have gate, so move.
Run.
Try
Everything
to
you've
burst
got
as
now.
much damage as you can.
So close.
Yeah, if people didn't die now, we would have the kill.
Yeah. It's the same again, just some people dying, getting caught out by movement. It's always movement that's killing people, they're getting clipped by something. Just focus on your movement.
Yeah, like much more people would survive if Bahal didn't get stuck, but it's not really his fault that you get stuck in the pillars, it's mostly placement of other people too. But this was good. Yeah. Just
And make sure you
never wanna
spread the pillars
yeah.
out a little bit more, you don't need to be
Yeah,
so
yeah.
stacked inside
I mean,
you're overlapping.
usually I would like, if we got pillars on the range people, I want the range people to go away. Like, but I'm sorry, dying to pillars from the ground after Mythic mechanic is a big fuck up by this point. What? Be careful with it. Like, we are fighting almost 90 pool on the boss. 101 actually, so you should be able to avoid this by now. Everybody eat up. There is a feast closer.
Oh,
If Burry's DC, do you mind if I just quickly have a quick minute? I just need to quickly grab something for my son.
How long?
A minute.
Do it fast.
Cheers.
In the last phase, don't be scared to miss a couple of pillars.
Eladam, did the Vigor work?
Yeah, it's on.
Okay, good.
Yep.
I think this was probably our best pool so far, I think.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna kill it. Even with a Shiloh dead for a bit watching. I was like,
Oh,
still
sorry,
had
I
the
didn't see
damage.
We're real close.
And there are a few more deaths at the last bit. If they hadn't died there, it would have been a kill as well.
Yeah.
It was really close.
I mean, if healer didn't get stuck, we would probably kill it. Because we lost like
Nah,
5-6 DPS.
It's on me, to be honest. I'm not gonna even say otherwise.
Like, I mean, it wasn't even, not even like only you.
I don't die. You can keep the rest for someone else, and we have the damage to kill it.
Yeah, like we need to save mainly for the healers because if healer die, it's doomed for everyone. Like, to be honest, the fight is hard, but for healers it's even harder because they have to overheal the spike damage while doing the other mechanics.
Look, he gets more health stones as well. Some of us were asking for health stones on that last pull, but we didn't get them.
What the fuck? Wells are getting 99 block on
Yes.
this fight. What the fuck is that?
How much?
99.
What?
Both
Yeah.
eye level and personal. Okay.
What?
Quasar had a 99 on one of your other low whites.
Yeah.
Getting really nice damage for sure.
Yeah, we pushing a lot. We just need to get lucky with Forks proc and we kill it by the third slice.
Dude, that pull was a 99 eye level pass, and I get good procs. So this will be bad procs, I know. I can feel
bet I
it.
could get 100.
Yeah.
Focus, guys. Silence, please.
2, 1.
Pillars. On blue mark. Folk at speed. To the right side. Don't go to the boss. Otherwise we get melee here. Take debuff. Nice. Take the boss. We're going for the red mark. There is a space. Pillars in the middle. Get ready to go for the red mark around slam now. Move now. Back to blue. Care for tank slam. Care for tank slam. We have gate up. Get ready to take the gate. Gate now. Attack on a star mark. Move out. Range it clear. Pillars in the middle. On the star mark. Bahal, you doing speed, we going right. Mythic debuff. Combat res Bahal fast. Pillars in the middle.
Buff stamina.
Buff him intellect too. Pillars. Away from the pillars. Go, just go. Left to the star mark now. We're going for the red mark, small cat doing speed now. Back. Mythic debuff out. Range it clear. Care for tank beam. Get ready to use the gate. Gate in 5 seconds. Gate now. Get ready for the mythic debuff. Pillars in the middle. Clear the debuffs if you can now.
Prevta, join the ranged group for the debuff clearing.
Wipe it, we have another healer down. Just quick wipe. He's down. How many pre-pods do you have left? You should have around 9 pre-pods left right now from the
I have
cauldron.
7.
Yeah. So we should kill it soon, so we don't have to pop another cauldron, guys.
Yo.
Or did you die to pillars from the ground after Mythic clear, Bahal? Small cat flask. Let's go pool.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Where's middle? To the blue mark. To the right side. Back to blue. Mythic debuff. Out. Nobody die. Okay, I'm gonna jump to the range after I get the tank beam. Nice. Pillars in the middle. We run in for the marker again. Left to the blue so we have more space. One, go to the red. Big rebuff out. Tank slam going on. Close the gate. Mythic debuff. Move out. Clear it, range it, pillars in the middle. To the star marker. Bahal, you're doing speed now. To the right. Good job. Back. Mythic debuff. Move out. Good. Pillars in the middle. For slam we go to the red marker. Pillars middle. Move out. Combat rescue Ramo. Left to the star mark. Small cat speed now. Back to the star mark. One more tank slam. Get ready for the gate. The gate. Get ready for the mythic debuff. If you know you're gonna die from it, Kurama ice block these pillar break. Pillars in the middle. We go on the right side, fork speed totem. We take debuff. Heal it up, heal it up. Take the boss. Left to the green marker after pillars. Again for the red marker.
Missing one pillar, so I'm gonna watch out for that.
Yeah, watch out for pillar. Left to the green mark now. Move out. Wipe it. Why do we have so many deaths to the dots? Like, if you are dying, guys, you can use the health pots, health stones. Like, it's not that it one-shots you, it's just the damage kills you. And you can prevent at least one tick of the dot with the health pots. Put the fees down.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
There's middle. Combat restore. Combat restore.
Nah, you should just go again.
Yeah, wipe it, okay.
This is a waste of a combo.
I got pinned into the fucking thing, and by the time I got out, it was too late.
If you're at the point where you're about to kill it, if you die, anyone dies in the first half of the fight, just call a wipe. Don't waste the res.
Yeah.
Just hold on to it, because you could get a pool where you get 2 reses that's going much better. And as I say, halfway through everyone's still alive, and you've got like a res or 2, you're fucking sorted.
But I had good procs.
Yeah.
And, I think I actually had like 3 in the first.
Oh, people notice, they see that you're doing good damage, and they're like, better fuck it up.
I mean,
Yeah, I'm deliberately trying to do it till so Zara's got first points, you know, a focus for evokers.
But yeah. Like, if you focus on doing damage and then die to mechanic, you just lose damage from it.
Yeah.
It's not worth it, ignoring mechanic.
Well,
I
for
don't
example,
like
like,
mechanics.
Yeah, I'm not talking about you, Fork, I'm talking.
No, I don't have CD.
Focus up,
I don't know why I don't do that.
well, if people are getting like pinned between pillars, can we maybe try to stretch them out a bit, more forward and back? So we don't stack
Clump
them?
together, you cannot be overlapping.
Yeah.
Also, a load of times ranged are not soaking. You're taking loads of extra damage where you don't need to because people aren't moving quite correctly still. It's a range, you come in for every soak. You should be there ideally before the soak appears on people.
Yeah, everyone needs to be in the soak, except maybe pillars.
Yeah, maybe a pillar or 2 can be out. That's the idea. Yep. So pillar or 2, you can stand back a bit further out of the soak, but everyone else should be in it.
How long you don't have the CDs.
It's my trinkets. 3 minutes.
Oh my
3 minutes.
Wow.
Just
I'm
Can
not
you
waiting
just pull it
3 minutes.
solo? Can you just pull it solo and then die?
No, it's
I'll
gonna
just
like
go.
go fuck the CDs. Like
It's just
even then,
3000
probably
mastery.
someone is gonna fuck up again, probably.
4,
You still get it, I mean.
2, 1.
You still bluff.
Reverse middle. Wolf at speed now. Mythic debuff. Care for tank beam.
And then range, you come in now. You go
Yeah,
into the
range
room
need to
after,
go in.
just before the soak, and then you save yourself movement by doing it as well. Let's get a couple
Don't
of
stack
range.
with the pillars, make a line out of them. This way you don't get stuck. Back to blue marker. Left to it a little. We're going for the red mark with work speed. Blue marker. Move out. Range it clear. Get ready to take the gate. One more tank beam. Back on star. Clear the
Range
rebuff
clear.
out.
Range clear.
Clear path, clear before the pillars. Top everyone up now. Star marker. We go on the right side by half speed.
Range clear.
Left to the star mark after
Range
pillars,
come
we're
in.
going for the red.
Range
Go
should
for
be on
soak.
star.
Range, you need to soak now too. Make a line, don't lock anyone in. Left to the star marker. We're going for the red mark. Small cat speed now. Tuck, move out.
Range clear.
Tank beam. Combat reserve. Get ready to take the gate. Take the gate. Mythic soak.
Range clear fast. Not too fast, but yeah. No.
Terros middle. We go on the right side, pork totem. Mythic debuff.
Range clear.
Take the boss.
Range get in for soak.
Pillars middle, then we stand left to the green mark after blast.
Prevta, can you join the ranged group for debuff?
Oh shit, oh, fuck. Ow.
Wipe it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was looking good otherwise, but there's some tank beam issues.
Yeah, no.
The range start moving in again. It's a bit better when you move in before the soak. You won't have to move as much, like at the last minute then. And then Aladam won't beam you in the face.
Fast feast. Someone Bahal. Grupo. Focus.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Where's middle? Walk at speed. Back to blue. We go in a red marker. Colors in the middle. Bother a small cat.
You should just wipe it as the back
Yeah,
it's
true.
early,
Wipe
and
it,
it's not-
wipe it.
Yeah. Focus is surviving for half the fire. So you got the damage, you got the healing, all that's fine. Just survive. Survive.
I'm trying. Dying IRL.
Peace.
The thing is, you'll get so good that when you do kill it, no one's going to die. And you're going to kill them way before the annihilation. It's going to look really good.
I would say that's the problem.
Yeah. It'll happen, man. It'll happen.
You laughing? Have you seen the message I was typing?
Yeah. I mean, it probably will be a scrappy kill. It pretty much always says on this boss.
It'll be
You
fine.
guys don't make Doomhammer fun.
I mean, guys, if we don't kill it today, next time we kill it, we are extending ID. Because we need Mythic progress not to wipe on the same boss all the week. So, if you want loot from previous bosses, go and kill it.
5, 4,
Simple.
3,
It's not a hard boss.
2, 1.
Just focus a little more. Pillars middle. Bulk at speed. Don't clear me yet.
Okay, range back in.
We're going for a red mark after slam. Pillars middle again. Red marker. Wipe.
White. Just white.
I have
Someone is standing too far to the right. So it must
It
be
wasn't you, Korek. There was
it
one
was
that died
it was me.
behind you. No,
I
there was one person that died even before you.
Before you did, yeah. But also it's because the circle was bait was wrong. Someone was too far to the right, and you couldn't run to X very easily. Preacher got caught out.
Yeah.
Just make sure you're stood on the marker when you're baiting.
Look, most of the blokes here, we all know where's the best place to masturbate, so we're going to bait on the X. We're going to be master baiters. Let's do it.
You know you are not baiting on the X because you are running to the X.
You're baiting away from the X.
There will be no masturbating on blue. Just baiting. Okay. You keep your hands to yourselves when you're there, okay? I don't want to get any complaints.
If you want to be a pro, right before the slam, run left.
Yeah, we should have like 3 more pre-pots.
Yeah, some people missing pre-pots.
Who the fuck pulled?
GG.
It's a hunter!
Got an auto shot. Pewter, friend death.
Thank God for that. Saved the day. This is plain death.
Okay, I'm starting to get a little tilted.
Yeah.
Look, I've nearly finished an entire box of After Eights tonight, so come on.
Oh, jeez.
Wait, what?
Your breath smells lovely.
I know, right?
You're gonna have stomach problem.
Yeah.
Nah, not really.
I mean, guys, we're gonna
Are
know.
you 80?
We're gonna
They're
know not
fucking
this if we don't
close.
kill it tonight.
70.
After 8 are really fucking good, but I couldn't eat a box of them. Holy shit. Yeah. Oh, there's no passport.
No stupid mistakes now. Come on, guys. Focus up.
4, 3, 2, 1.
And there's the stupid mistake.
Just wipe. Just
Wipe.
die.
Yeah.
Just die. Please.
Fastest pull in the west.
Sort your pull times out. Sort your ninjas out. Sort your deaths out. This should have
Bring
been
out
dead,
the
dead already. This should have been dead already. It's the same with
Yeah.
Group A. And it's the couple of people that's holding them back that we're going to look to fix over the next few days, week or so.
Also, if you don't have 2k, I expect you to get it as soon as possible next week. If you don't manage to get it during the next week, you are going to get replaced. We still have a lot of people sitting at 1k of 5th week. Didn't we get Soulstone?
We did. We
Honestly.
just bugged because we're underneath the boss's textures. We're underneath the boss's ceiling, basically, or the boss's floor.
Happens sometimes.
Doomhammer. No, they're my After Eights.
Just a load of empty wrappers now. That was the
Like,
worst bit
literally,
after
if-
is all the fucking wrappers. Like,
Yeah, I know, right? Like, look, if we turn into a stream, like I'll literally show you how many I've got left. There's not a lot.
it's what you do on Christmas to troll your family. Is like you eat them up, you put the wrappers back in the packet, and they come to it, and they're just looking
Yeah, I
through
do.
it.
I do it all the time. All the time. No magic. It's a mint chocolate, so it's like it's a peppermint cream covered in chocolate.
Yeah, it's
Really
good.
nice.
It's really fucking good.
It's good.
It's disgusting.
The way you said that was perfect.
I guess maybe the French don't like
Yeah.
it.
Stupid
No, the
English
Belgians don't
men.
like it. It's shitty chocolate on top of shitty filling.
Can we get a repair bot?
Save the Frenchman.
Yeah, that mint cream.
I'm Belgian
I'd lick
and
that, I'd
we
lick that
put
shit off
chocolate.
anybody.
Oh hell yeah!
Bahal, can you do cauldron?
Chocolate covered toothpaste.
Basically.
Yeah.
Delicious.
Yeah, really nice.
You're going to tell me that it's good after that.
It is, man. They're really nice. What's your address? I'll send you a couple of boxes.
No, I can find them in Belgium. Don't worry. I don't
You're from
need them.
Belgium. That explains it all. You got no taste. You still got the EU.
you,
Hey!
Who the fuck are the retarded that put vinegar on chips? Seriously. And you say that I have no taste. Come on.
Sorry, say that again. I didn't quite catch that. So you're angry speaking. Oh my goodness.
Who the fuck are the retarded people that put stupid vinegar on chips?
Oh, there
Not
you go.
me. So I can't stand vinegar.
Okay,
Yeah,
guys.
it's an English shit.
One thing. We are still in the raid time and we are supposed to progress now,
Yep.
okay?
Talking about
Like, it's
important
fun
stuff.
to have a chat, but we are supposed to kill the boss.
Do you ready
Not
check?
AFK.
Full time.
Yeah, we're waiting for the full time.
Yeah, people are just waiting for ready check.
I mean, like, I was waiting for people to get pre-pots, so they can actually use them.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
That's middle. Second blue. Small cat speed to the right.
Range back in.
Looks middle, we go in right again. Kill the pillars. On blue mark. 4 gluing speed. Mythic debuff out. Rest me. How the fuck did I get melee again?
Problem. Like you need to prepare between the slams. I'm taunting like before the slam happens, but you're still putting aggro like in middle there.
Mythic debuff out. Pillars middle. Back on star. Kurama stack with range, don't stand too far away, healers can't heal you back there. Mythic debuff out.
In range back in.
Take the boss. Pillars in the middle. Go in for the red mark after slam. Left to the star mark. Small cat speed now. Back to star, prepare gate. Mythic debuff, tank slam out. Get ready to take the gate. Hit the gate. Mythic debuff.
Range clear.
All soak pillars into the melee. Middle.
Still low health still.
Combat Respruta. No, we don't have. What the fuck?
Yeah,
Oh,
you died
here's
early.
Yeah. To the right side for Growing Totem. Mythic debuff.
Range clear. Range get back in.
Left middle. Don't lock people in with it. Ah. Here the pillars. Left to the green mark, we going for the red marker. Get ready to use the gate after Mythic debuff. Combat Respruta in 2 seconds.
Range clear.
Combat rest fast. Get ready to take the gate.
Warrior shout. Stamina buff.
Gate now. Take on orange.
Range clear.
Clear it, clear it. Pillars in the middle. We need to survive these pillars.
And
Wipe it!
Yeah, people dropping pillars.
No, that was
no,
the
like the
soak.
soak wasn't even in the fucking melee.
Yeah.
Everyone should be moving to melee before the soak even comes out. So
Yeah. Mythic debuff, clear and go melee.
Yeah.
Complicated.
Oh, right, that's repair button. Never mind.
I mean, it was totally a kill. Like,
Yeah, there was kill.
The trouble is, you died as well. There was like early stuff that still went wrong. You'll get a pull where there'll just be nothing go wrong. Just keep getting another pull in. Go quick. Eat up fast. Buff up fast. Don't let it get you down.
Yep.
You'll be on this boss forever until you kill it. So just have that lovely thought in your head. Really close to killing it. Just need a good pull. That wasn't it. It looked good on damage, but that wasn't it.
But this happens sometimes with bosses. You get
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
like
no,
the boss
often-
you should kill, the group gets tilted and then you just
Yeah, don't get
you
to
fuck against the wall for a while. And then suddenly it hits and you just fucking kill it and it falls over.
And then you come back a week or two later and it's just falls, yeah, each time.
I can't really take shield block up 100% time with this build because during the downtime I'm getting my
It's
charge.
the first time that's happened, so I wouldn't worry too much.
Yeah. Like I said, I can't.
Focus up on movement, keep that movement shit hot, guys.
Focus.
Okay.
Okay, take it.
Mm.
I still have the boss on me. To the right. Wipe it.
Healer dead, yeah.
People aren't standing in the right place again, you're meant to be on the marker.
Like with range, you cannot stand to the right because you're gonna pay the just.
With range, if you're stood in like melee range, it could target you as well, so
Okay.
you need to be further back.
Ah.
Positioning and movement still, so certain people fix it.
The rest is for peace we do in break.
We also didn't have speed for the slam.
Yeah, there was no speed.
Yeah.
Up, yeah, it's slow.
But I got all the procs.
But it doesn't help when it's a bit to the right as well. Just a couple of feet.
It's always when I get all the procs with
Yeah,
YP.
exactly. Someone's out to get you, mate. Let's just find out who it is.
Yes.
Want me to have a look? I'll look at the
It's
replay.
actually chilling at
I'll
150k.
see who was standing in opposition. It's so close to killing it.
No, there's not a question if you can kill it. It's just when it's gonna happen.
Exactly.
But it's been that for like since halfway
It
through
was
last raiding night. But
It
yeah,
was the same
this
in
happens.
Group A.
Yeah.
I promise you, it's probably the same in a lot of guilds when they do get to kill this. They thought they probably could have killed it a lot sooner.
Yeah, but it's not just this boss. It can be on pretty much any boss.
Yeah, I'd say this boss is the wall for most guilds, but they're still deciding to do this over the spider because everyone hates the spider. Even though it's easier, it's just more painful
Spider
to do.
is annoying.
Yeah.
And I don't think
Whereas
I get
then it like Grim Totem, yeah, it ramps up a bit in difficulty then. This is the first good boss.
Yeah.
Let's have a look. Replay. Wait, when did it? Oh yeah. Tut tut tut, naughty naughty. It's hard to say. There was not one person. It was basically everybody, almost everybody. Stood a bit to the right, and then no speed boost.
Yeah. When it comes before the slam, it's better if you stand too far to the left than right because we're trying to run right.
100%. Yeah.
So if you're melee and you're comfortable, right before slam, run left and try to bait it. If you're melee and you feel comfortable with the mechanics, like right before slam, you can run left.
I'm gonna be gone for like 10 minutes. You'll probably kill it by the time I'm back. I'll be really annoyed.
Yeah. I'm parsing the same as Salty, but I'm like 6k DPS behind.
coachman lounging on top, his back to her. Shallan looked anxiously over her shoulder. Nobody had followed yet. At least, not that she could see. "Is anyone watching, Pattern?" she asked. Me. No people." A rock. She'd drawn a boulder in the picture for Maraise. Not thinking, working by instinct and no small amount of panic, she breathed out stormlight and shaped an image of that boulder before her. Then she promptly hid inside of it. It was dark in there. She curled up in the boulder, sitting with her legs pulled against her.
Ready.
It felt
Get the
undignified.
feast.
The other people Maraise worked with probably didn't do silly things like this. They were practiced, smooth, capable. Storms. She probably didn't need to be hiding in the first place.
5.
She sat there
4,
anyway.
3.
The looks in
2,
the eyes of the others.
1.
The way that Maraise had spoken. Better to be overly cautious than naive. She was tired of people assuming she couldn't care for
Walk
herself.
away.
"Pattern," she whispered. "Go to the carriage driver.
Blue mark.
Tell him this in my exact voice. I have entered the carriage when you weren't looking. Do not look.
Molk at speed.
My exit must be stealthy. Carry me back to the city. Pull up to the war camps and wait to a count of 10. I will leave. Do not look. You have your payment, and discretion was part of it."
Take the boss.
Pattern hummed.
We have to move to the
moved
left
off.
now.
A short time later, the carriage rattled away, pulled by its parshmen. It didn't
Let's
take
middle.
long for hoofbeats to follow. She hadn't seen horses. Shallan waited, anxious. Would any of the ghost bloods realize this boulder
Blue
wasn't
mark.
supposed to be here?
Work your
Would
in
they
speed
come
button.
back looking for her once they didn't see her leave the carriage at the war camps? Perhaps they hadn't even gone after her. Perhaps she was being paranoid. She
Take
waited,
the buff.
pained.
Out.
It
Combat
started
receiver.
raining again. What would that do to her illusion? The stone she'd drawn had already been wet, so
Take the
dryness
gate.
wouldn't give it away. But from the way the rain fell on her, it obviously was passing through the image. I need
Take
to
the
find
gate.
a way to see the outside while I'm hiding like this, she thought. Eye holes? Could she make
Darkness.
those inside her illusion? Perhaps she... Voices.
Pillars
We'll
middle.
need to find out how much he knows. Moraise's voice. You will bring these pages to Master Thydakar. We're close, but so it appears are Astaris' cronies. The response came in a rasping
Bahal
voice.
speed.
Shallan couldn't make it out. No, I'm not worried
Wipe
about
it.
that one. The old fool sows
Well,
chaos, but does
we
not
have
reach for
Druid
power
Roar on
offered by
CD.
opportunity. He hides in his insignificant city, listening to its songs, thinking he plays in world events. He has no idea. His is not the position of the hunter. This creature in Tukar, however, is different. I'm not convinced he is human. If he is, he's certainly not of the local species. Maraise continued speaking, but Shallan heard no more as they moved off. A short time later, she heard more hoofbeats. She waited, water soaking through her coat and trousers. She shivered, satchel in her lap, and clenched her teeth to keep them from chattering. Weather lately had been warmer, but sitting in the rain belied that. She waited until her spine complained and her muscles screamed at her. She waited until finally the boulder broke into luminescent smoke and faded away. Shallan started. What had happened? Stormlight, she realized, stretching her legs. She checked the pouch in her pocket. She drained every sphere unconsciously while holding up the illusion of the boulder. Hours had passed, the sky darkening as evening approached. Maintaining something simple like the boulder didn't take much
That
light,
was the red field.
and she didn't have to consciously think about it to keep it
You
going.
use your own. We're not
That was
wasting
good to
cauldron
know.
for one person.
She'd also proven herself a fool again for not even worrying about how much light she had been using. Sighing, she climbed to her feet. She wobbled, her legs
4,
protesting
3,
the sudden motion.
2,
She took a
1.
deep breath, then walked over and peeked around the corner. The pavilion was gone, and all signs of the ghost bloods with it. I guess this means I'm walking, Shallan said, turning back toward the war camps. Did you expect otherwise?
Blue mark.
Pattern asked from his place on her coat, sounding genuinely curious.
Look at
No,
speed.
Shallan said. I'm just talking to myself. No,
Mythic
you
debuff.
talk to me. She walked on into the evening, cold.
I'm gonna clear you after
However,
this.
it wasn't the
Range,
deadly
get back
coldness
in.
she'd suffered in the south. This was uncomfortable,
Back
but
on blue
nothing
pillars
more.
middle.
If she hadn't been wet, the air probably would have been pleasant, despite the shade. She passed the time practicing her accents with Pattern.
You bait the slam on
She'd
blue, going
speak,
for a red.
then have
For
him
doing
repeat
speed.
back to her exactly what she'd said in her voice and tone. Being able to hear it that way
Back to
helped
blue.
a great deal. She had the Alethi accent down, she was certain. That was good, since Vale pretended to be Alethi. That one was easy, however, as Vaden and Alethi were so similar, you could almost understand
Well,
one by knowing the other.
Here the debuffs.
Her Horneater accent was quite good,
Back
too,
to
in
blue.
both Alethi and Vaden. She was getting
Healer's
better at
DPS.
not overdoing it, as Tin had suggested. Her Bav accent in both Vaden and Alethi was passable, and through
Gate.
most of the time walking
Back.
back, she practiced speaking both tongues with a Herdazian accent. Polona gave her
Range
an
out.
example of this in Alethi, and
Clear
Pattern
the
could repeat
debuffs.
to her things the woman had said, which was helpful for practice.
Combat resist con.
What I need to do, Shallan said, is
Heal it
train
up.
you to speak along with my
This
images.
bubble.
You should have them speak themselves,
On
Pattern
skull.
said. Can I do that? Why not?
Combat res him.
Because, well, I
To
use
the right.
light for the illusions, and so they create an imitation of light. Makes sense. I don't use sound to make them, though. This is a surge, Pattern said.
Range, get back in.
Sound is a part of it. Cousins
We're gonna stand
of one
left to
another,
the
very
star
similar.
mark.
It can
Bahal
be
doing
done.
speed for the
How?
next slam.
Somehow. You're very helpful. I am glad he trailed off. Lie? Yep. Shallan stuffed her safe hand into her pocket,
Left to the
which
star.
was also wet, and continued walking through patches of grass that pulled away in
Beat
front of her.
now.
Distant hills
Go for
showed
it.
lavish grain growing in orderly fields of polyps, though she didn't see any farmers at
Take
this
debuff
hour.
out. Tank beam to the
Or
left.
At least it had stopped raining. She did
Back to
still
star.
like rain, though she hadn't
Get ready to
considered
use the
how
gate.
unpleasant
Use
it might
DPS.
be to have to walk a long distance in it. And what was that? She pulled up short.
Again.
A clump of something dark shadowed the ground ahead of
Back.
her.
We
She
clear in mythic
approached
debuff.
hesitantly and found that she could
Cliff
smell
fast.
smoke.
Yeah, position.
The sodden, wet kind of smoke you smelled after a campfire was doused. Her carriage.
Everyone soak.
She could make it out now, partially burned in the night. The rains had put out
I've
the
seen
fire.
if you like magic.
It hadn't
magic
burned
smoke.
long. They'd probably started the blaze on the inside where it would have been dry. It was certainly the one she'd hired.
Stay on green, run right.
We
to
go on
the
the right side
Tread
for
on the
speed.
wheel. She approached, hesitantly.
Mythic
Well, she'd
debuff.
been right in her worry. It was a good thing
Wait,
she
Wow,
range.
stayed
heal it up,
behind.
heal it up.
Something nagged at her.
Right,
The
clear
coachman.
range.
She ran ahead, fearing the worst. His
Range
get in.
corpse
Green.
was there, lying beside the broken carriage, staring up at the sky. His throat had been slit. Beside him,
Millie.
his Parshman porters lay
Clear all
dead
the
in a
pillars.
pile. Shallan sat back on the wet stones, feeling
Personals
sick,
here.
hand to her mouth. Oh, almighty above.
I just
Wipe
want
it.
Pattern hummed, somehow conveying a morose tone. They're dead because of me, Shallan whispered. Briefly, while watching Maire's excitement over her art, she'd wanted to like the man. Well, she'd best remember this moment. He'd allowed these murders. He might not have been the one to slit the coachman's throat, but he'd all but assured the others it was all right to remove her if they could. They'd burned the carriage to make it look like bandits had been behind this. But no bandits
don't like your
would come
performance starts
this
sliding
close to
towards the end of the
shattered
night. People
plains.
often do that.
You poor man.
To keep
She
yourselves
thought
awake
towards
because
the
it's boring
coachman.
doing the same thing over and over again.
But if she hadn't arranged a ride,
you've only got, what,
she wouldn't have been able
55
to
minutes to
hide
go.
as she did while the coach laid a false trail. Storms. How could she have handled this so nobody died? Would it have been possible? She eventually forced herself to her feet. And with
Come on, guys,
slumped
let's do this.
shoulders,
No more
continued
ships
to
eating
walk
now,
back
so
toward
let's
the
kill
war
it.
camps.
Keep focusing on that movement. Healers focus on that healing.
55.
I'm lacking a little bit of
Rules of the
throughput on
game.
healing in the last few pulls compared to earlier.
The considerable abilities of the Skybreakers for making such amounted to an almost divine skill, for which no specific surge or spren grants capacity. But however the order came to such an
Let's middle.
aptitude, the fact of it was real and acknowledged even by their rivals. From Words of Radiance, Chapter 28, page 3.
Blue mark.
Great. You're the one guarding me today? Kaladin turned as Adolin came out of his room. The prince wore a sharp uniform, as always. Monogrammed buttons, boots that cost more than some houses, side sword.
Range come back in.
An odd choice for a shard bearer, but Adolin probably wore it as an
Big box.
ornament. His hair was a mess of blonde, sprinkled with black.
We're going for the red mark.
I don't trust your princeling, Kaladin said. Born woman,
Let's middle.
secret betrothal, and the only person who could vouch for her is dead. She could be an assassin, and that means putting you under the watch of the best I have. Humble,
Back to
aren't
Bloom.
we?
Mercury
Adolin
and
said,
speed.
striding down the stone hallway, Kaladin
Aggro.
falling into step beside him. No, that was a joke, bridge boy. My mistake. I was under the impression that jokes were supposed to be funny.
Range
Only
clear.
to people with a sense of humor. Ah, of course, Kaladin said.
Healers DPS.
I traded in my sense of humor long ago.
Get ready to use the gate.
And what did you get for it? Scars, Kaladin said softly. Adolin's eyes flicked toward the brands on Kaladin's
you're gonna be knocked
forehead,
back.
though most would be obscured by
And
hair.
range clear fast.
This is great, Adolin said under his breath. Just great. I'm so happy you're coming along. At the end of the hallway, they stepped into
What
the
resin?
light. Not much of it, though. The sky was still overcast from the rains of the last
I'm going
Nice.
to accept the
Wipe
res,
it.
buddy.
They
Wipe
emerged
it.
into the war
I'm going
camp.
to accept the res
We
after this.
collecting any other
Yeah, I
questions?
moved out of the slam and rested him outside the slam,
Usually
so
there's two of you.
he accepted
Yeah,
it.
no, it's that he accepted the
Just
res
me
and then the
today.
pillars took the hit and he got the full
Kaladin was
dot,
short man,
rather than
with the
waiting a
Kingmaker's
second
watch
and
the
avoiding all
Teps
the
taking
damage.
the new recruits
People
on
just need to stop
patrol
dying,
again.
come on.
He had 2 or 3 men on everyone else, but Adolin he figured he could watch on his own.
Stop wasting other
Carriage
people's
waited,
time. If
pulled
you need
by
to
2
focus just more on your
mean-looking
movement and
horses.
survivability,
All
do that.
horses looked mean, with those 2 knowing eyes and sudden movements.
Remember, a dead DPS does
Unfortunately,
no
a prince
DPS.
couldn't arrive in a carriage pulled by Charles. A footman opened the door for Adolin, who settled into the confines. The footman closed the door, then climbed into a place at the
And
back
again,
of
just
the
a bit more. I
carriage.
know you've got healing
Kaladin
cooldown
prepared to
assignments,
swing
but
up
just
into
trying
the
to get a
seat
bit more
beside the
throughput
carriage driver, then stopped. You,
outside of
he
those
said,
cooldowns.
pointing at the driver. Me, the king's wit replied from where he sat holding the reins. Blue eyes, black hair, black uniform. What was he doing driving the carriage? He wasn't a servant, was he? Kaladin clambered cautiously up into his seat, and Wit shook the reins, prodding the horses into motion. What are you doing here? Kaladin asked him. Trying to find mischief, Wit replied cheerfully, as the horse's hooves rang against the stone.
5,
Have you been practicing
4,
with my
3,
flute?
2, 1.
Use
Don't
pre-pops.
tell me you left it in Sarius's camp when you moved out. Well, I said not to tell you,
Wheeler's middle.
Wit replied. You don't need to, since I already know. A shame. If you knew the history of that flute, it would make your brain flip upside down. And by that I mean I would shove you off the carriage for having spied on me. Ah.
Volk at speed.
Eloquent today, I see. Kaladin had left the flute behind. When he had gathered the bridgemen left in Sarius's camp, the wounded from Bridge 4 and
Range
members
clear
of
and
the
get
other
back in.
bridge crews, he'd been focused on people, not things. He hadn't bothered
They're going
with
for
his
the red
little
mark
bundle of
again.
possessions, forgetting that the flute
Then
was
left
among
to the
them.
blue.
I'm a soldier, not a musician, Kaladin said. Besides, music is for women. All people are musicians, Wit countered. The question is whether or not they share their
Full work use
songs.
something.
As for music
Left
being
to blue.
feminine, it's interesting that the woman who wrote that treatise, the one you all practically worship in Alazkar, decided
for
that
it.
all of the feminine tasks involve sitting
Move
around
back.
having fun, while all the masculine
Move
ones
out.
involve finding someone to stick a spear
Range
in
clear.
you.
Healer's DPS.
Telling, eh? I guess so. You know, I'm working very
Get ready
hard
for
to come
the
up with
gates.
engaging, clever, meaningful points of interest to offer you. I can't help thinking you're not upholding your side of the conversation. It's a little like playing music for a deaf man, which I might try doing, as it sounds fun,
Range clear
if only
fast.
someone hadn't lost my flute.
Vault.
I'm sorry, Kaladin said. He'd rather be thinking about the new sword stances that Zyle had taught him, but Wit had shown him kindness before. The least Kaladin could do was chat with him.
Back to Star.
So, did you keep your job? As King's Wit, I mean.
Everyone
Or
into
you met
melee
before
after
you
this. To
implied
the
you
right
were in
side.
danger of losing
Bahal.
your title.
Speed.
I haven't checked yet, Wit said. You haven't... Does the king know you're back?
Ranged clear.
Nope. I'm trying to think of a properly dramatic
And
way
range
to
get
inform
back in.
him. Perhaps 100 chasm fiends marching in unison,
Healer's
singing an
DPS.
ode to my magnificence.
Left to the Star. Go
That
for red mark.
sounds hard. Yeah, the storming things have real trouble tuning their tonic chords and maintaining just intonation. I have no idea what you just said. Yeah, the storming things have real trouble tuning their tonic chords and maintaining just intonation.
Left to Star mark.
That didn't help.
Range it more to the left, so don't pay
So
the
you're
wrong for
going
us.
deaf,
Small cat
are
speed
you?
now.
Let me know when the process is complete. I have something I want to try. If I can just remember. Yes, Kaladin said.
Beam out.
You want to play the
Range
flute?
clear. Healer's DPS.
No, that's not it. Ah, yes. I've always wanted to sneak up and poke a deaf man in the back of the head. I think it will be hilarious. Kaladin sighed. It would take an hour or so, even moving quickly, to reach Sabariel's war camp. A very long
Back up, Mythic.
So you're
Clear
just
fast
here,
range.
Kaladin said,
Fast
to
clear.
mock me? Well, it's kind of what I do.
Everybody stoke. Pillars in
But
the
I'll
middle.
go
Stack
easy
the
on you.
pillars.
I wouldn't want you to go flying off.
Personals.
Kaladin
Have
jolted
some
with
if
a
you need
start.
to here.
You know, Wit said, nonchalant, flying off in an angry tirade.
Work you doing
That
speed
kind of
totem, we
thing.
go in right.
Kaladin narrowed his eyes at the tall, light-eyed man. What do you know? Almost everything. That almost part can be a real kick in the teeth.
Range
Get
clear.
out. Get out.
What do you
Tank
want?
smash.
And get
What I
back in
can't
range.
have. Wit turned to him, eyes
Healer's
soft.
DPS.
Same
Left
as
to the
everyone
green
else,
mark.
Kaladin
Oh, no, stay on
blessed.
green, we need to go left. We must go left,
yeah,
don't go to the
yeah.
mark.
Wit knew about him. And
Pillars
surge
middle.
binding.
Don't lock anyone in.
Kaladin was sure of it. So, should he expect
Move
some
out.
kind of demand? What do you want? Kaladin said.
Pillar
trying to
left.
Speak more precisely.
It's
take
fine,
one.
just
Okay.
kill the pillar with next one.
Bait slam and run left together.
So you're
Bait slam
thinking.
on the green.
Good.
Bahal speed.
From
Left,
you, my
left.
friend, I want one thing.
Back on green.
A story.
Back on green, away from the pillars
What kind
after.
of story? That is for
Range
you to
clear
decide.
and get back in.
It's
Away from
mine.
pillar, away from pillar, away
I
from
hope it will
pillar.
be dynamic. If there's
Get
one
ready
thing
to
I
take the
cannot
gates.
stomach, it is boredom. Kindly avoid being
Taking the
dull.
balls.
Healer's
Otherwise,
DPS.
I might have to sneak up and poke you in the back of the head. I'm not going deaf.
Second pot in 20
It's
seconds.
also hilarious on people who aren't deaf, obviously.
First pillars, all stack now.
You
First
think I
pillars,
torment
all
someone
then we
just
split
because they
into
were
two
deaf?
groups.
Range
That would
clear
be
fast.
immoral.
Range clear fast.
No.
Yeah.
I torment all
Stay
people
fast.
equally.
Everyone
Fair
needs to
enough?
soak now, the circle.
Great. Kaladin settled back, waiting for more. Amazingly, Wit seemed content to let the conversation die.
Stones if you're low.
Kaladin watched the sky.
Combat res hash.
Combat
Combat
res
res
fast.
hash. Combat
South
restore.
English
Combat
no
restore.
loads.
Which
Combat
reminded him
restore.
of the
Tor, don't take it hash. Oh, we have to. Res both, res
Gray
both.
skies and miserable weather made him wonder why
More
he
died.
even bothered to get out of bed.
Keep going.
Eventually,
Ah,
the
you can
characters
fuck it,
of
wipe it.
Sabariel's
Wipe it.
war camp
What is this? Come on,
even more on the
focus.
city than the
A
other
bunch of
I
people
don't
died.
understand how people can die when they've got like
Fully
like cooldowns up that can
constructed
save them.
tenements,
Health
the
stones,
markets,
potions,
Felt like they died
healer
when nothing happened.
cooldowns, whatever.
As they rolled past a group of men
It was the
walking out
perfect
gates,
pull, literally,
carrying
and then
warming
that
reeds and
happened.
buckets of cram.
I don't even know what killed people. Felt like
Sabariel has
it
them
was
setting up
between
Beam buff.
shields on the southwestern hills.
Yeah, tank slam. Can you try and not hit all of the fucking
high
pillars
storms
because you're
out here
getting
are
like
too powerful
7,
for farming.
so you need to try and
Tell
not hit them
that to
all
the
in that
natural
part.
people.
Yeah,
They used
leader
to
did
farm
that.
It will
some
really,
terror.
it will really help you out. Yeah.
Requires a strain of plant that
Try and
doesn't
hit
grow
like
as
4
long
and then
as
get the
you're
other 3
accustomed to.
after.
But why?
Because we lost like it wasn't just
Why
1 or
wouldn't
2 people.
farmers
It
go
was loads.
someplace where it's easier?
That was too much
Like
damage if
Alashkar
you take them all.
proper. You don't know a lot about human nature,
Otherwise, great,
do
we'll
you,
just go again.
Stormblessed?
I think just at the end, try and split the pillars a little
No,
bit. You
I
don't all have
don't.
to go in a line. Just one or two of you can
said.
fuck off to the side a bit.
So frank, so blunt. You and Dalinar are alike.
Because you've got the
certainly.
DPS, even if you get to the
Someone needs
annihilation,
to
there's
take
a
care of you
power
and
or
have
two
a good
left. Fuck
time
it.
now and then. I know full
Boss
well
should
how
die
to have a
before
good
it kills you.
time. Is that so? Yes. It involves being anywhere you aren't. Wit stared at him, then chuckled, shaking the reins so the horses danced a little. So
5,
you do
4,
have some spark
3,
of wit in
2,
you.
1.
It came from Kaladin's mother. She'd often said things like that, though never so
Let us middle.
insulting. Being around Wit must be corrupting me. Eventually, Wit pulled the carriage up to a nice manor home, the likes of which Kaladin would have expected
Why
in
do I have
the
aggro?
fine lake,
Wipe it.
not here in a war camp. With those pillars and beautiful glass windows, it was even finer than the City Lord's manor back in Hearthstone. In the carriageway, Wit asked the footman to fetch Adolin's causal betrothed. Adolin climbed out to await her, straightening his jacket, polishing the buttons on one sleeve. He glanced up toward the driver's seat, then started. You! Adolin exclaimed. Me! Wit replied. He swung down from the top of the carriage and performed a flowery bow. Ever at your service, bright Lord Colin? What did you do with my usual carriage driver? Nothing. Wit? What? You're implying that I hurt the poor fellow? Does that sound like me, Adolin? Well, no, Adolin said. Exactly. Besides, I'm certain he's gotten the ropes undone by now. Ah, and here's your lovely, almost but not quite bride. Shallan Devar had emerged from the house. She bobbed down the steps, not gliding down them as most light-eyed ladies would have. She's certainly an enthusiastic one, Kaladin thought idly, holding the reins, which he'd picked up after Wit had dropped them. Something just felt off about this Shallan Devar. What was she hiding behind that eager attitude and ready smile? That buttoned sleeve on the safe hand of a light-eyed lady's dress that could hide any number of deadly implements. A simple poisoned needle stuck through the fabric would be enough to end Adolin's life.
5,
Unfortunately,
4,
he couldn't watch her every
3,
moment she was with
2,
Adolin.
1.
He had to show more initiative than that. Could he instead confirm that she was who she said she was? Decide from her past if she was a threat or not? Kaladin stood up, planning to jump down onto the ground to keep an eye on her as she approached Adolin. She suddenly started, eyes wide.
Mark.
She pointed at Wit with her
I'm look at speed.
You! Shallan exclaimed. Yes, yes. People certainly are good at identifying me today. Perhaps I need to wear... Wit cut off.
Range clear and get
lunged
it back in.
Kaladin dropped to the ground, reaching for his side knife, then hesitated as Shallan grabbed Wit in an embrace, her head against his chest, her eyes squeezed shut. Kaladin took his hand off his knife,
pillars
raising an
middle.
eyebrow at Wit, who looked completely flabbergasted. He stood with his arms at his sides, as if he didn't know what to do with them. I always wanted to say thank you.
Back to blue, we're going for red mark. Left to blue. Fork totem.
Adolin cleared his throat. Finally, Shallan released Wit and looked at the prince. You hugged Wit, Adolin said.
Talk, Mythic
Is
debuff.
that his name? Shallan asked.
Range clear and get
One
back
of
in.
them?
Heal his DPS.
Aggro.
Apparently still unsettled. There are too many to count, really. Granted, most of them are related to one form of curse or another. You hugged Wit, Adolin said. Shallan blushed. Was that improper?
Leave me the boss, I will
It's not
take one
about
more.
propriety, Adolin
Range
said.
clear fast, yeah.
It's about common sense. Hugging him is like hugging a white spine or a pile of nails or
Pillars
something.
middle.
I mean, it's Wit. You're not supposed to like him. We need to talk, Shallan said, looking up at Wit.
Combat as black
Everything
magic.
we talked
Take the
about,
boss.
But some of it, I'll try to squeeze it into my schedule, Wit said. I'm fairly busy, though. I mean, insulting Adolin alone is going to take until sometime next week. Adolin shook his head, waving away the footman and helping Shallan into the carriage himself.
With the debuffs.
So he leaned into Wit. Hands off. She's far too young for me, child.
Pillars middle, then we go for red
That's
mark.
right,
He's dead.
said with a nod. Stick to women your
Yeah,
own.
just
Wipe
watch.
it.
Just
Wit
watch.
grinned. Well, That might be a little harder.
Just
I think
wipe
there's
them
only
out of death
one of
anyway.
those around these parts,
wiped
and
on the
she
other
and
one.
I never get along. You are so bizarre, Adolin said,
We have a-
climbing
yeah,
into the
cool.
carriage. Kaladin sighed, then moved to follow them in. You intend to ride in there? Wit asked,
So close,
grin
yet so far.
widening. Yeah, Kaladin said. He wanted to watch Shallan.
The pool before this
She
one
wasn't
was so
likely to try
nice.
something
I'm
in the
looking through it
open
now.
while riding in the carriage with Adolin, but Kaladin might learn
Just got to
something
do that
by
again,
watching
but not
her,
fuck the end up.
and he couldn't
And
be
it's all yours.
absolutely certain
Beast.
she wouldn't try to harm him. Try not to flirt with the girl, Wit whispered. Young Adolin seems to be growing possessive. Or, what am I saying? Flirt with the girl, Kaladin? It might make the prince's eyes bulge. Kaladin snorted. She's light-eyed. So, Wit
People stop
asked,
sitting in face.
you people are too fixated on that. No offense, Kaladin whispered, but I'd sooner flirt with a chasm fiend. He left Wit to drive the carriage, hauling himself into it. Inside, Adolin looked toward the heavens. You're kidding. It's my job, Kaladin said, seating himself next to Adolin. Surely I'm safe in here, Adolin said through gritted teeth, with my
5,
betrothed.
4, 3.
Well, maybe
2,
I just want a comfortable
1.
seat then, Kaladin said, nodding to Shallan Debar. She ignored
Middle.
him, smiling at Adolin as the carriage started rolling. Where are we going today? Well, you said something about a dinner, Adolin said. I know of a new wine house in the outer market, and it actually serves food. You always know the best places, Shallan
Look
said,
at speed,
her smile
to the right.
widening. Could you be any more obvious with your flattery, woman? Kaladin thought. Adolin smiled back.
Range clear.
I just listened.
Get back in. Healer's DPS.
Now, if you only paid more attention to what wines were good. I don't because it's easy, he grinned. They're all good. She giggled. Storm's light eyes were annoying,
There's middle.
particularly when they fawned over one another. Their conversation continued, and Kaladin found it blatantly obvious how badly this woman wanted a relationship with Adolin. Well, that wasn't surprising.
Work totem.
Light eyes were always looking for chances
I have
to get
aggro.
ahead. Would have stabbed one another in the back if they were in that mood instead. His job wasn't to figure out if this woman was an opportunist. Every Light Eyes was an
Mythic debuff
opportunist.
out.
He just had to find out if she was an
Range
opportunistic
clear.
fortune hunter
Wipe.
or an opportunistic assassin.
Ow.
They continued
There wasn't
talking,
one under
and
me.
Shallan
Hey,
circled
Loris.
the conversation back toward the day's activity. Now, I'm not saying I mind another wine house, Shallan said, but I do wonder if those are becoming a tad too obvious a choice. I know, Adolin replied, but there's storming little to do out here otherwise. No concerts.
Maybe
no
we should
art
get some
shows,
fresh
no
air and
sculpture
get
contests.
energy back.
Is
You
it
just have a break.
to
You want
spend
to
your
do?
time
Fine.
on?
Just go again.
Kaladin wondered. Almighty
I
save
mean,
you if you don't have
You've only got 40
sculpture
minutes. Like,
contests
just
to watch.
pump.
There's
Get used to wiping. It's
menagerie,
very normal in
Shallan
Mythic raiding.
said,
Once you
eager.
get to later on
In
bosses,
the
we
outer
wipe a lot
market?
more on those. I mean,
A menagerie.
you just get up, you go
said.
again.
Isn't that a little...
Good thing though to not get
This
tilted.
is one of the bosses. Like one person fucks up and
We
they
can
feel
look at all
bad because
the
then everyone
animals, and
wipes.
you
But
could
like,
tell
just
me
go
which
again.
ones
It's
you
fine.
bravely
I'm just
slaughtered
gonna
while
keep
hunting.
positive, you know?
It'll
Keep
be
Yeah,
the
very
yeah.
stage up,
diverting.
and we're gonna do this.
She
Yeah,
hesitated,
exactly.
Shit happens.
and Kaladin thought he saw something in her eyes. A
These
flash of
bosses are
something
annoying. Well,
deeper.
one person's mistake can wipe the raid,
Worry,
but they
and
do
I
have
could
to.
use some
I
distraction.
don't want to know how long we're
Shallan
fucking
added
stuck
more
on Soul.
softly.
Me and my last
I
guild.
actually despise
Again,
hunting,
BFA. Holy
Adolin
shit.
said as if he hadn't noticed.
5,
No real
4,
contest to it.
3.
He looked to
2,
Shallan, who
1.
pasted on a smile and nodded eagerly. Well, something
That's
different
middle.
could be a pleasant change. All right, I'll tell Wit to take us there instead. Hopefully he'll do it instead of driving us into a chasm to laugh at our screams of horror. Adolin turned to open the small sliding shutter up to the driver's perch and gave the order. Kaladin watched Shallan, who sat back, a self-satisfied
Pocket speed.
smile on her face. She had an ulterior motive for going to the menagerie. What was
Range
it?
clear, get back in. Healer's DPS.
Adolin turned back around and asked after her day.
By this time I
Kaladin
shouldn't
was
even be
sitting
calling
half
the
in
speed,
air,
guys.
Studying Shallan, trying to pick
It's
out
always
any
the same
knives
timings for
hidden
it.
on her person. She blushed at something Adolin said, then laughed. Kaladin didn't really like
Pillar's
Adolin, but
middle.
at least the prince was honest. He had his father's earnest temperament, and had always been straight with Kaladin. Dismissive and spoiled, but straight.
Back to blue, go for red mark after
This
slam.
woman was different. Her movements were
Slam into.
calculated. The way she laughed, the way she chose her words. She would giggle and blush,
Yeah, there
but her
might be
eyes were
aggro swap
always
now.
discerning, always watching. She exemplified
Out.
what made him sick about
Range
Mythic
clear.
culture.
Healer's DPS.
Not just in an irritable mood, Artemis acknowledged. It happened sometimes, more often when the sky was cloudy. But did they
Get ready to take the gate.
nauseatingly cheery?
Take the gate.
He kept
Darkness.
an eye on Shallan as the ride continued and eventually decided he was being too suspicious.
Range clear fast.
She wasn't an immediate threat to Adolin. He found his mind drifting
Star,
back
pillars
to the
middle.
mountain chasms, riding the winds, lights churning inside of him. Freedom. No, not just freedom. Purpose. You have a purpose.
We're on the right side, Bahal
Kaladin
speed.
thought, dragging his mind back to the present. Guard Adolin. This was an ideal job for a soldier, one others dreamed
Range
of.
white.
Great pay,
Okay,
zone
range
squad
Clear it,
command,
clear it.
an important task, a dependable
Healer's
commander.
DPS.
It was perfect.
Left to the star mark. Pillars middle.
Oh,
We're going for the
Shallan
red mark.
said, reaching for her satchel and digging into it. I brought that account for you, Adolin. She hesitated, glancing at Kaladin. You can trust him, Adolin said, somewhat grudgingly. He's saved my life twice, and Father lets him guard us at even the most
Left to the
important
star
meetings.
mark now.
She took out several sheets of paper with notes on them in scribbled
Market
Runic
speed.
script. 18 years ago, High Prince Yenev was a force in Alethkar.
Back to star.
One of the
Mythic
most
debuff.
powerful high princes who opposed King
Tank beam
Gavilar's
out.
unification campaign.
Back to star. Get
Yenev
ready for
wasn't
the gate.
defeated in battle.
Healer's DPS.
He was killed in a duel by Sadeas. Adolin nodded, leaning forward, eager. Here is Brightness Eolev's
Gate.
own account of events, Shallan said. Bringing down Yenev was an act of inspired
Range clear
simplicity.
fast.
Fuck.
My husband spoke with Gavilar regarding
Wow.
the right of challenge and the king's boon.
Everybody
Ancient
spoke.
traditions
Circle.
that many of
Pillars
the Light
middle.
Eyes knew, but ignored in modern circumstances. As traditions that shared a relationship to the historical crown, invoking
Back
them
to
echoed
green.
our right of rule.
Fork
The
totem. We're
occasion
going
was
right.
a gala of might and renown, and my husband first entered into a duel with another man. A what of might and renown? Kaladin asked. Both looked at him as if surprised to hear him speak.
Range white. Don't
Keep
Wait,
going.
don't kill him, don't kill
Now,
him.
Kaladin.
now clear.
You propose
Get in.
to ignore
Healer's
Take the
DPS.
boss.
Range get back in.
a gala of might and
Healer's
renown.
DPS.
Left to the green mark.
It's fancy speak for
We're
a
going for the
tournament.
red mark.
They were
Bahal
common
will
back
do
then.
speed for the slam.
Ways for the high princes who
Pillars
happen to
in
be
the
at
middle.
peace with one another to show off. We need a way for Adolin to duel, or at least discredit Sadeas, Shallan explained. While thinking about it, I remembered
Left to the
Kaladin's
green
dramatic
mark.
duel in Yasna's biography of the old king. All right, Kaladin said, frowning.
Go for the red mark.
Purpose, Shallan continued, holding up her
Back to
finger
green
as she
mythic
read
debuff,
further
move
the
out.
account.
Go for the
This
tank slam.
preliminary duel was
Range
to
clear.
conspicuously awe and
Healer's
impress the
DPS.
high princes. Though we had plotted this earlier, the first man to be defeated did not know of
Okay,
his
we
role
spread
in
in
our
pillars
ploy.
into two groups now then.
Sadeas defeated him
Yes.
with calculated spectacle. He paused the fighting at
Gate.
several points and raised the stakes. First
Stack
with
up.
money, then with
Darkness.
lands. In the end, the
Get rid
victory
of the
was
debuff.
dramatic.
Move out.
With the
Range
crowd
quick.
so engaged, King Gavilar
And just
stood
put
and
some
offered
pillars
his
Everyone
outside.
soaks
boon,
pillars
having
to
pleased
groups.
him
Some
after
to the side.
ancient
That's fine.
tradition.
And your tank can just decide. Everyone stay out the way of
Sadeas's
pillars.
reply was simple.
Use personals.
I will have
Combat
Where's the
res Bahal.
other
healer?
than Yenev's cowardly heart
Combat
on the
res
end of my
Bahal.
sword, your majesty.
Pa.
You're kidding, Adolin said.
Res.
Blowhard Sadeas said it like
Combat
that.
res Ashilan.
The event, along with his words, is recorded in several major histories.
Take on
Shallan
orange.
said. Sadeas then dueled Yenev, killed the man, and
Watch
made
the
an
Away
tank
from the
and
pillars.
Aladar to take control of that princedom instead.
Healthstone if you're low.
Adolin nodded thoughtfully. I can try the
Pillars
same
and
thing.
soaks.
Make a spectacle of my fight with Relis and the other person you
Two
bring.
groups
Yeah,
of
and
soaks
just
again.
not all
Proud.
together. Not all
Earn a
together.
boon
really.
from the king and demand a right of challenge to Sadeas himself. It has a certain charm
Not to
to
hit
it,
too many on the tool.
Shallan agreed. taking a maneuver that Sadeas himself
Do what you
employed,
can.
then using it against
Bait
him.
the slam.
He'd never agree, Kaladin said. Sadeas won't let himself be trapped like
Yeah.
that.
Swipe.
Perhaps,
Yeah, I got it.
Adolin said. But I think you underestimate the position
Like
he'd
you
be in
can't
if
really
you do
spread
this
it into
correctly.
2 groups, this
The light
first
of
one, because
challenge
you
is an
don't have
ancient
space
tradition.
afterwards to
Some
bait the
say the
slam.
heralds
We usually have more
instituted
space than that, though.
A light-eyed warrior
Yeah,
who
you've
was
got
proven
unlucky on
himself before
space.
the Almighty
That
and
was
the
really
King,
shit with space.
turning and demanding justice from one who wronged him. He'll agree, Shallan said.
I mean, like, we
He'll
should be
have
able to survive. We
But can
survived
you
it
be
last time.
spectacular?
While doing
Yeah,
these
people got
pillars.
caught and hit by stuff.
The
So,
crowd
I mean,
expects
but it's
me
at the
to
end they're
cheat,
panicking.
Adolin said.
Yeah, as soon as you have the
Something
healer down in the
much
last
better
bit, which is
tools,
one of the most
that should
healing
work in my
intensive, that's one
favor.
of the most damages in the
I
fight.
can give them a real
Oh,
show.
but like we have 4
Maybe
cooldowns
thrill.
for the pillars,
Besides,
which you have to
defeating
overheal,
two
and then
men
we have
once,
salvation for the
that
pillars. Okay,
alone
we
should
can
give
split
us
the
the
last
attention
one.
we need.
Yeah, but if you
Kaladin
check,
looked from
actually
one to
check
the
damage
other.
taken,
They
it's
were
not
taking
that
this
much
very
more.
seriously.
At the end.
You really think
It's
this
almost
could
the
work?
same damage, like the
Kaladin
one
said,
one stack
growing
of the
thoughtful.
don't do that big
Yes,
of a
Shallan
difference.
said. Though, by this tradition, Sadeas could appoint a champion
Do
to
the
But, like,
first
fill his
healer.
no.
hand.
But then the last
So
ones,
Adolin
look,
might
dude, I mean,
not
you
get
can
to
just leave
duel
the
him
last ones and
personally.
not even blow them up, right?
He'd still win
No, you
Sadeas'
can, because the
shards, though.
annihilation.
You can, because he casts Annihilation and he's
It
going to
wouldn't be
kill you
quite as
anyway with his
satisfying,
fucking
Adolin
mythic
said.
mechanic.
Yeah, but
But it
like
would
you
be
get 5
acceptable.
extra seconds or
Beating
7
his champion in a
BPS
duel
you
would
can
cut
get in if you do
Sadeas
the
off at the
pillars. Like,
knees.
if everyone
He'd lose
survives
immense
and we don't have
credibility.
that, yeah, we can ignore the last
But
2
it wouldn't
pillars.
really mean anything,
With how the fight went
Kaladin
so
said.
far, not really.
Right? The other two looked at him. It's just
Yeah,
a
and it's
duel,
not. I don't see a
Kaladin
point
said.
in changing
A game.
anything when we do it. If
Yeah,
we
just
manage to
blast
try
all
to defeat them.
pillars.
Adolin said. I don't see why. Sure, you might win his shards, but his title and authority would be the
Don't
same.
like.
It's about perception, Shallan
The
said.
only thing we could change is like
Sadeas
the
has formed a
pillars to the right
coalition against the
that's
king.
in the last one.
That
but
implies he is
5,
stronger than the king.
Yeah, like,
that's about it.
Second
Losing
to
to the
last
king's
pillars aren't
champion would
problem.
deflate that. But it's all just games, Kaladin said. Yes, Adolin said. Kaladin hadn't expected him to agree. But it's a game that Sadeas is playing. They are rules he's accepted. Kaladin sat back, letting it sink in.
Mr. Pillar.
This tradition might be an
Yeah,
answer.
small cut
he
beat.
thought. The solution I've been looking for.
So after Mythic debuff, get away
Sadeas
from the
used
pillar.
to be such a strong ally.
I don't need that.
Adolin said, sounded
Wipe it.
Completely like, I completely
forgot
lagged out there.
things like his defeat
Like,
of
well and
Yennefer.
truly.
So what changed?
It's fine. I'll
Kaladin
go in.
asked. Gavilar died, Adolin said softly. The old king was what kept Father and Sadeas pointed in the same direction. He leaned forward, looking at Shallan's sheets of notes, though he obviously couldn't read them. We have to make this happen, Shallan. We have to yank this noose around that eel's throat. This is brilliant. Thank you. She blushed, then packed away the notes in an envelope and handed it to him. Give this to your aunt. It
Accept the
details what
rest.
I've found. She and your father will know better if this is a good idea or not. Adolin accepted the envelope and took her hand in his as he did so. The two shared a moment, melting over one another. Yes, Kaladin was increasingly convinced that the woman wasn't going to be of immediate danger to Adolin. If she was some kind of a con woman, she wasn't after Adolin's life, just his dignity. Too late, Kaladin thought, watching Adolin sit back with a stupid grin on his face. That's dead and burned already.
5,
The
4,
carriage soon
3,
reached the outer market,
2,
where they passed several
1.
groups of men on patrol in Colin blue. Bridgemen from the various bridges other than Bridge 4.
Where's middle?
Being guardsmen here was one of the ways Kaladin was training them. Kaladin climbed out of the carriage first, noting the lines of storm wagons set up in rows nearby. Ropes on posts blocked off the area, ostensibly to keep people from sneaking in, though the men with cudgels lounging beside some of the posts probably did a better job of that. Thanks for the ride, Wit, Kaladin said, turning. I'm sorry
Engine clear.
you. Wit was gone from the top of the carriage.
Get back in.
Another man sat there
Get a
instead.
ticket.
A younger fellow in brown trousers and a white shirt, a cap on his head. He pulled that off, looking embarrassed.
I'm sorry, sir,
the man said. He had an accent Kaladin didn't recognize.
He paid me well, he did. Said exactly where I was to stand so we could
Back to
swap
blue.
places.
Left to blue, stay.
What's
We're going
this?
for the red mark.
Edlin said, coming from the carriage and looking up. Oh, Wit does this, bridge boy. This? Likes to vanish mysteriously, Adolin said.
It weren't so mysterious,
Hung beam
sir.
out.
The lad said, turning and
Get
pointing.
it out.
Wipe it!
It was just back there a short ways,
Again,
where the
and
carriage
again,
stopped for
and
turning.
again.
I was to wait for him and take over driving this here coach. I had to hop on without jostling things. He ran off giggling like a child, he did.
He just likes to surprise people, Adolin said, helping Shallan from the carriage. Ignore him. The new carriage driver hunched down as if embarrassed. Kaladin didn't recognize him. He wasn't one of Adolin's regular servants. I'll have to ride up there on the way back. Keep an eye on the man. Shallan and Adolin walked off toward the menagerie. Kaladin retrieved his spear from the back of the carriage, then jogged to catch up, eventually falling in a few steps behind them. He listened to them both laughing and wanted to punch them in the face. Wow, Syl's voice said. You're supposed to harness the storms, Kaladin, not carry them around behind your eyes. He glanced at her as she flew over and danced around him in the air, a ribbon of light. He set his spear on his shoulder and kept walking. What's wrong? She asked, settling down in the air in front of him. Whichever way he turned his head, she automatically glided that way, as if seated on an invisible shelf, girlish dress fluttering to mist just below her knees.
3, 2,
Nothing's
1.
wrong, Kaladin said softly. I'm just tired of listening to those two. Sue looked over her shoulder at the pair just ahead. Adolin paid their way in, thumbing back toward Kaladin, paying for him as well. A pompous-looking Azish man in an odd-patterned hat and long coat, with an intricate design, waved them forward, pointing to the different rows of cages and indicating which animals were where. Shallan and Adolin seem happy, Syl said. What's wrong with that?
Range clear.
Nothing.
Healer's DPS. Range get back in.
So long as I don't have to listen to it. Syl wrinkled her nose. It's not them. It's you. You're being sour. I can practically taste it.
There's middle.
Kaladin asked. You don't eat, Syl. I doubt you have a sense of taste.
Well, I'm stuck
It's a
here.
metaphor, and I can imagine it. And you taste sour. And stop arguing because I'm right. She zipped off to dangle near Shallan and Adolin as they inspected the first cage. Blasted spren, Kaladin thought, walking up beside Shallan and Adolin. Arguing with her is like, well, arguing with the wind, I guess. This storm wagon looked a lot like the slaver cage he'd ridden in on his way to the Shattered Plains, though the animal within looked to have been treated far better than the slaves had. It sat on a rock, and the cage had been covered over with creme on the inside as if to imitate a cave. The creature itself was little more than a lump of flesh with 2 bulbous eyes and 4 long tentacles.
We're waiting for luck.
Enough room.
Shallan said.
Make sure you give people room when you're doing pillars.
She looked like she'd been
You'll
given a
circle in
pile
someone
of
else's
jewelry,
circle. It's the only way you
only
get stuck.
Instead,
You
it was a
surround them.
slimy lump of something that Kaladin would have expected
Can
to
the
find
people
stuck
who
to
don't
the
have
bottom of
pillars
his
just
boot.
like pre-walk to the edge of the soak, so the people with the pillars can very clearly see who else has the
is the
pillar, instead
ugliest
of like
thing I've
everyone
ever
being on
seen.
top of each other.
It's like the stuff in the middle
accidentally
of a
locking people in.
We need
only
the
without
warlock.
shell.
You've got a
It's
lot
a
of room, and
serpent,
if you have a pillar
Shallan
on you,
said.
you can go out the soak.
thing,
If you think,
Adolin
oh, there's a
said.
few near me, I'm
Did
just
his
going to
mother
run to the
give it
back.
that name?
Yeah, but
Shallan
melee,
just wanted him
to
on
move.
the
melee needs
It's a
the boss.
family.
Yeah,
So the
for
mother
you,
was
for
behind
melee, you
it.
wouldn't want to, but for the range, you
family
probably
of
want to be the one that's
animals,
going
idiot.
towards the back.
They have more of them in the west, where the storms aren't as strong. I've only seen a few of them. We've got little ones in Yakavet, but nothing like this. I don't even know what species this is.
Oh, that's
She
what the whoops
hesitated,
was, I see.
then stuck her fingers through the bars and grabbed one of the tentacle arms. The thing pulled away immediately, inflating to look bigger, raising 2 of its arms
why you
behind
need
its
2
head in a
warlocks, you
threatening
see.
way. Adolin yelped and pulled Shallan back. He said not to touch any of them, Adolin said. What if it's poisonous? Shallan ignored him, digging a notebook from her satchel. Warm to the touch, she mumbled to herself. Truly warm-blooded. Fascinating. I need a sketch of it. She squinted at a little plaque on the cage. Well, that's useless. What does it say? Adolin asked. Devil Rock captured in Marabethia. The locals claim it is the reborn, vengeful spirit of a child who was murdered. Not even a mention of its species. What kind of scholarship is this? It's a menagerie, Shallan, Adolin said, chuckling. Brought all this distance to entertain soldiers and camp followers.
5, 4,
Indeed, the menagerie was popular.
2,
As
1.
Shallan sketched, Kaladin kept busy watching those who passed by, making certain they kept their distance. He saw everything from washmaids and tenors to officers, and even some higher light-eyes. Behind them, a light-eyed woman was paraded past in her palanquin, barely even glancing at the cages. It provided quite a contrast to Shallan's eager drawing and Adolin's good-natured jibes. Kaladin wasn't giving those two enough credit. They might ignore him, but they weren't actively mean to him. They were happy and pleasant. Why did that annoy him so?
Get back in, heal his DPS.
Eventually, Shallan and Adolin moved on to the next cage, which contained sky eels and a large tub of water for them to dip in. They didn't look as comfortable as the Devil Rock. There wasn't much room to move in the cage, and they didn't often take to the air. Not very interesting. Next was a cage with a creature that looked like a small chull, but with larger claws.
You're going to X.
Shallan wanted a sketch of this one too, so Kaladin found himself lounging beside the cage, watching people pass and listening to Adolin try to crack jokes to amuse his
Big
betrothed.
debuff.
He wasn't very good at it, but Shallan laughed anyway.
Yeah, just.
Did
you DC or?
Sil said.
No, he's taking aggro.
Cage, looking at its crab occupant.
He's taking aggro, and sometimes it's right at the wrong time.
A safe one. Kaladin shrugged.
You're muted or something.
At least it has no need to worry about predators. Always kept fed.
I thought you DC'd when you died.
Chull thing could ask for more than that.
No, I'm here all the time, just watching what people do.
Sil asked. And you'd be all right if that were you?
We've only got 20 minutes left. Let's just keep up the consistency as much
I'm
as
not
possible.
A
Yeah.
thing. I'm a soldier. They moved on, passing cage after cage of animals.
They'll be back here in no time,
Some
especially if
Shallan
we
wanted
skip
to draw,
heroic.
others she concluded didn't need an immediate sketch. The one she found the
Oh,
most
to be honest, I don't
cool
really see
was also
dying
the
Razag
strangest,
yet if we
a
cannot
kind
kill
of
Terros.
colourful chicken with
As said, I think
green
this is not
feathers.
really a skill issue at
She
this
dug
point.
out
This is
colored
just a
pencils to
tilted
that
brain
People are
issue.
getting tired. They need to wait themselves up.
Apparently,
Need
she'd
to
missed
go,
a chance
and
of
they need to
sketching
realize
one of
that that
these
is
a
the
long
time they
time
raid
ago.
out. You know, doesn't work
I
well.
don't think it's even a
Raid out.
tired thing. It's like this is like a full
did it
tilt issue.
survive, though?
Like
Just fatigue.
This,
Yeah,
this,
no,
To be
just
honest,
keep going.
it's happening.
This is
I don't-
nothing. When you've done like 300 wipes on the boss, fair enough. But like, it's
yeah, but
nothing.
this
To
at
be
this point
honest,
it's not
how
a
much-
skill issue.
There's not a lot that can be done about it. Just go, and keep going. We will fix stuff after this raid. We will be replacing some people for sure.
Yeah, there's no point being negative. Like we're doing like what we're doing. We're doing progress, guys. Like
Exactly.
stay positive. Like
Just do it again.
yeah, can't get
I
stuck
wouldn't
getting
call
down.
this. I wouldn't call this progress, but
Shell
okay.
at the very front of its face.
No need to be negative to
It
raid.
is
Do this
what progress
together.
is like.
Negative won't help.
Yeah, focus.
Yeah.
What did
People
this
shut the
chicken
fuck
do
up
when a
and do the
storm
boss.
came?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sil
Pretty
leaned
simple.
on
This is
Kaladin's
chill.
shoulder. I'm
Middle.
a soldier, Kaladin repeated, speaking very softly. That's what you were, Sil said. It's what I want to be again. Are you sure? Mostly. He folded his arms, spear leaning
Look,
against
it's
his
Pete.
shoulder. The only thing is, it's crazy, Sil. Insane. My time as
Range
a
clear.
bridgeman was the
Get
worst
back in.
of my
Heal his
life.
DPS.
We suffered death, oppression, indignity. Yet I don't think I've ever felt so alive as I did in those final weeks.
Keep
Next
range
to
hanging
what
out
we'd
really
done
far
with
away.
Bridge 4, being a
So it could
simple
be on you.
soldier,
It'd be annoying
even
if
not
it's on
having
you.
respected one, like captain of the High Prince's Guard, just felt mundane, ordinary. But soaring on the winds, that had been anything but ordinary. You're almost ready, aren't you? Sil
Move
whispered.
to X.
He nodded slowly. Yeah.
Work
Speed
speed.
boost.
Yeah, I think I am.
Oh,
The
yeah,
next cage in line had a large
Nice.
crowd around it.
What did they do
and
to-
two fierce spren wiggling out
Well,
of
one
the
sec.
ground.
One sec.
Kaladin pushed in, though
Something
he didn't
wrong.
have to clear
I need to fix
space.
it.
The people made room for Dalinar's heir as soon as they realized who he was. Adolin walked past them without a second glance. obviously accustomed to such deference. This cage was different from the others. The bars were closer together, the wood reinforced. The
Actually,
animal
consistency.
inside didn't seem to deserve the
It's
special
it's
treatment.
fallen off the fucking
Sword
cliff,
used
guys.
later
Wake the
fell of
fuck
some
up.
rocks.
Your performance right now is being monitored even more than
square
earlier in the
case
raid.
showed
Trust me.
sharpened
You need to focus the fuck up
like
and keep
teeth,
performing.
only
Every
somehow
single
more
person
vicious,
needs to be the
and a
same
pair
as it
of
was an
long,
hour ago when you were
tooth-like
nearly killing it.
tusks that pointed down from the upper jaw. The stark spikes
There's
running
no
from
question,
the head
and
along
let's
the
be positive and be
sinuous
nice.
back,
Wake the
along with
fuck up.
powerful legs
Yeah,
were clues as to what
you've
this
got 15
beast
minutes. A couple
was.
more pulls.
White spine, Shallan breathed, stepping closer
We killed
to the
it on our
cage.
very last pull of the night in Group A,
Kaladin had never
and
seen
people
one.
were also getting
He
tilted.
remembered a
So
young man lying
focus
dead
up.
on the operating table, blood everywhere. He remembered fear, frustration, and then misery.
already.
I expected, Kaladin said, trying to sort through it all, the thing to be more.
5, 4.
They don't do
3,
well in captivity,
2, 1.
Shallan said. This one probably would have gone dormant in crystal long ago, if it had been allowed. They must keep dousing it to wash away the shell. Don't feel sorry for the thing, Adolin said. I've seen what they can do to a man. Yeah, Kaladin said softly.
Blue.
Shallan got out her
Get
drawing
ready with the
things,
roar.
though as she started,
Small
it
cut
began
roar.
to move away from the cage.
Move right.
At first, Kaladin thought it was something about the beast itself, but the animal continued to just lie there, eyes closed,
Range clear.
occasionally
Get back in.
snorting out
Heal
of
his
its
DPS.
nose holes. No, people were congregating at the other side of the menagerie. Kaladin caught Adolin's
Going for red
attention,
mark.
then pointed.
Pillars middle.
I'm going to check that out, the gesture implied. Adolin nodded and rested his hand on his sword. I'll be on watch.
Away from pillars.
Kaladin jogged off, spear on his shoulder, to investigate. Unfortunately, he soon recognized a familiar face above the crowd.
Left to the blue mark.
Amaram was a tall man. Dalinar stood at his side, guarded by several of Kaladin's men, who were keeping the gawking crowd back a safe distance.
On blue. Move out.
Heard my son was here.
Range clear.
Dalinar
Heal
was
his
saying to
DPS.
the well-dressed owner of the menagerie. You needn't pay, my prince. The
Ready for
menagerie owner
gate.
said, speaking with a lofty accent similar to Sigzil's. Your presence is a grand blessing from the heralds upon my humble collection, and your distinguished guest, Amaram. He wore a strange cloak.
Range clear far.
Bright yellow gold with a black glyph on the back. Oath?
Where's
Kaladin
middle?
didn't recognize the shape. It looked familiar, though. The double eye, he realized. Symbol of... Is it true?
Star.
The menagerie owner asked, inspecting Amaram. The rumors around camp are
Ball
most
speedy
intriguing.
going right.
Dalinar sighed audibly. We were going to
Range
announce
white and
this at the
clearing.
feast tonight, but as
Clear.
Amaram
Okay, range
insists
clear.
on wearing the cloak, I suppose it needs to be
Get back in. Heal his DPS.
Under the king's direction, I have commanded the refounding of the Knights Radiant.
Left to the star.
Let it be spoken of in the camps. The ancient oaths are spoken again. And Bright Lord Amaram was, at my request, the first to speak them. The Knights Radiant have been re-established, and he stands at their head. 56.
Left of the star.
White spine uncaged.
Left to the star.
23
Small cut
kobolds
speed.
followed behind. That came from the
the star.
contributions of the king of Makabaka. For though the
Tongue
bond
beam
between
out.
man and Spren was at times
Range
inexplicable,
clear.
Rest to the star.
the
Clear
ability
it.
for bonded
Heal his
Spren to
DPS.
manifest in
Gate.
our world, rather
Ready
than
for
their own,
gate.
grew stronger through the course of the oaths given. From Words of Radiance,
Gate now.
chapter 35, page 9. Amaram obviously doesn't have any search by
Range clear fast.
abilities, Sigzil said softly, standing beside Kaladin. Dalinar, Navani, the king, and Amaram climbed out of their carriage ahead. The dueling arena arose before them, another of the crater-like formations that
Are people
rimmed
not
the
topped
shattered
up? Who's
planet.
messing up there?
Healing dead.
It was much
Wipe
smaller
it.
than the ones
Wipe
that
it. 3
held
people dead.
Warcraft,
Wipe
however,
it.
and had
No, but there's some
tier
healers
seats
messing up their
inside.
cooldowns or healing, or something
With
went
both
wrong up to the
Elokar
point
and
where
Dalinar in
healing just fell
attendance,
over for a
not to
second.
mention Navani and both of
Look.
Dalinar's sons, Kaladin had brought every
Must
guard
have
Let's get up and
that
go
was-
again. It was looking until
They
that. It was
included some
looking
of the men
pretty
from
smooth.
Bridge
so
17 and Bridge 2.
keep that focus up. 10
Those
minutes.
stood proudly, with spears held high, obviously excited to finally be trusted with their first bodyguard assignment.
I'll have a look through the logs.
In total, he had 40 men on duty. None of them would be worth a drop of rain if the assassin in white attacked. Can we be certain? Kaladin asked, nodding toward Amaram, who still wore his yellow-gold cloak with the symbol of the Knight's Radiant.
Wow, yeah, healing just completely fell off.
I haven't shown anyone my powers. There have
Don't know
to
what
be others
happened, but
training
healers
as
just
I am.
turned their brain off for a second.
Storms still all but promised me there were.
I wanna
He'd have
see
displayed
one
the abilities if he
decent
had them.
pool.
So what I mean
Sixel
by like
said.
30k
Plus, it
healing
was
per
moving
second
through
for a
the
minute.
temple
That
Yeah,
was,
like
Floodwater.
there are cooldowns. Like
Half the
if
people
they mess
think
the
it's
cooldowns, it's their
blasphemous and
fault.
stupid
Like it's always the
what
same.
Dalinar is doing.
You even have
The
the
other
node
half
that
are
says you
undecided.
when to use it. So like,
If Amaram displayed surge binding powers, Bright Lord Dalinar's
Okay.
move would look a lot less
but
precarious.
Resbure.
Sigzil was probably right.
but even without cooldowns, you can do more than 30k healing per
The
second by
man
just
walked
pressing.
with such pride.
Oh,
one
Bahal
button.
is
Held high.
logging. Nice.
Kaladin felt his neck growing hot, and for a
I
moment,
can, I mean, I
seemed
can
the
see
only
it.
thing he
Like,
could see
yeah,
was
it's not. It
Amaram.
wasn't. There were 3 healers that were
Golden
massively.
cloak,
I mean,
haughty
honestly, most of them
face,
were at that point. So, something just
blood-stained.
happened. I don't know.
That man was blood-stained. Kaladin told Dalinar about it. Dalinar wouldn't do anything.
May not be funny, but if we're struggling on healing, then
Someone
using a
else
toxic
would have
potion
to.
isn't exactly going to help.
Kaladin? Sigzil
Oh, it is. It counters at least
No,
one.
no, no.
thing.
It's
Kaladin
all I mean
realized
is
he'd
like
stepped
3 or 4
toward
healers
Amaram,
pressed all their buttons
hands
wrong for a
clenched on
second
his
or two, or
spear.
panicking and
He took a
moving, or
deep
something
breath,
like that.
then
That's what I
pointed
mean.
to his
Bahal, are
spear.
you okay?
Put men up on
With
the rim of
pink
the
now,
arena
or?
there. Scar and
There's a
Eth are in
freak
the
occurrence
preparation room
kind
with
of thing.
Adolin, for all the good it will do him out on the field.
The group was
Put another
really
few down
spread
at the
out
arena bottom
at
just
that
in
moment.
Yeah,
case.
you need to try and move together a
men at
little
every
bit more.
door.
Once you do the soak, you
I'll
need to be
take 6
trying
with me
moving
to
out
the
to the
King's
right together
seats.
as much as you can.
Kaladin
Doesn't
paused.
We were
matter. We have to
basically
go like this.
Let's also put 2 men guarding Adolin's
Not
betrothed.
really have time to
just in
replace
case.
anyone now.
She'll
Oh
be
god, there's
sitting
no
with
replacements
Sabari.
now, but by the time you get back
We'll
next
do.
week, if there needs to be.
Tell the men
Are
to
you
keep focused, Sig.
Let's go.
This is likely to be a dramatic fight.
Lust,
I want their
bloodlust.
minds on the possibility of assassins, not on the duel.
Would be the most
You see, really
oh,
good.
just
Nice.
Yeah, well, I thought he was gonna reset it. but, like,
Can he
I was
possibly
already,
win
like-
that? I don't know. And I don't really
we
care.
didn't miss that much off the
Our
ball.
job is
Not
to
enough.
watch for other threats. Sigzil nodded and moved to leave.
If I'm correct, it was
He
on
hesitated,
threshold.
however, taking
from
Kaladin by
someone.
the arm. You could join them, Cal, he said softly. If the king's refounding the Knight's Radiant, you have an excuse to show what you are. Dalinar is trying, but so many think of the Radiants as an evil force, forgetting the good they did before they betrayed mankind. But if you showed your powers, it could change minds. Join. Under Amaram. Not likely. Go past my orders, Kaladin said, gesturing, then pulled his arm free.
It is
of
completely
Sigzil's
stupid.
grip
How some
and jogged
cooldowns
after
come
the
off
king
after a
his
wipe and
retinue.
some don't. It is just
At least the
pathetic.
sun was out today, the spring air warm. Syl bobbed along behind
it's kind of
Kaladin.
stupid.
Amaram is ruining you,
But it's what it
Kaladin,
is.
she whispered. Don't let him. He gritted his teeth and didn't reply. Instead, he moved up beside Moash, who was in charge of a team who would watch Brightness Nabani. She preferred to watch the duels from down below, in the preparation rooms. A part of him wondered if he should let Moash guard anyone other than Dalinar. But storm it, Moash had sworn to him that he'd take no more actions against the
middle.
king. Kaladin trusted him on that count. They were Bridge 4. I'll get you out of this, Moash, Kaladin thought, pulling the man aside. We'll fix this. Moash, Kaladin said, speaking softly. Starting tomorrow, I'm putting you on patrol
All gets
duty.
beat.
Moash frowned. I thought you always wanted me guarding. His expression grew hard.
Range clear.
This is about
Healers
what
DPS.
happened. In the tavern.
Need to get back in as well.
I want you to take a deep patrol, Kaladin said. Head out toward
Get
New
ready
Nap.
to us in the middle.
I don't want you here when we move against Graves and his people. It had been too long already. I'm not leaving. You will, and it's not subject to... What they're doing is right, Cal.
Be the boss.
Kaladin frowned. Have you still been meeting with
Wait,
them?
yeah, sorry.
Moash looked away.
Wipe, Pastor was behind the pillar.
To assure them that
I
you
was
come
not behind the
around.
pillar.
So
You
what
still
killed you?
disobeyed an order.
the line that wasn't on the
Storm
pillars.
it, Moash.
Yeah, the tank kind of moved last
Yeah,
second.
no, I forgot to
Almost
like
time
take
for
the
the
boss
match,
completely.
Moash said, pulling his arm free of Kaladin's grip. We can talk about this later. Kaladin ground his teeth, but unfortunately, Moash was right. This wasn't the time. Should have grabbed him this morning, Kaladin thought. No, what I should have done was make a decision on this days ago. It was his own fault. You will go on that patrol, Moash, he said. You don't get to be insubordinate just because you're my friend.
Rest
Go
quick,
on.
guys, and I don't need to
The man
set
jogged
down another
ahead,
feast.
collecting his squad. Adolin knelt beside his sword in the preparation room and found he didn't know what to say. He looked at his reflection in the blade. 2 shard bearers at once. He'd never even tried that outside of the practice grounds. Fighting multiple opponents was tough. In the histories, if you heard of a man fighting 6 men at once or whatnot, the truth was
You
probably
focus
that
up,
he
you can go
managed to
chill
take
soon.
them one at a time somehow. 2 at once was hard, if they were prepared and careful.
5,
Not impossible,
4,
but
3,
really hard.
2, 1.
I hunt per shot.
This, Adolin said.
Some of the early calls.
It was tradition.
Away from pillars.
Be spectacular. Then let's wipe that smile off Sadius's face.
Back to Bloom.
He stood up, dismissing his blade. He left the small preparation room, walking down the tunnel with carved painted duelists. In the room beyond, Renarin sat in his Colin uniform. He wore that to official functions like this,
Range
instead of plastic bridge
DPS.
4
And range get back.
waiting anxiously. Aunt Navani was screwing the lid off a jar of paint to do a glyph ward. No need, Adolin said, taking one from his pocket. Painted in Colin blue, it read, Excellence. Navani cocked an eyebrow. The girl? Yeah, Adolin said. The calligraphy isn't bad, Navani said, grudgingly.
Back to Bloom.
She's quite wonderful, Aunt.
You're going for red
Adolin
marker.
said. I wish you'd give her more of a chance. And she does want to share her scholarship with you. We'll see, Navani said. She
Range
sounded
clear.
more thoughtful
Heals
than she
DPS.
had before.
Get salty. Try salty.
Adolin placed the glyph ward in the brazier
Stamina
and
buff.
bowed his head as it burned. A prayer to the Almighty for aid.
Mark of the Wild, yeah, nice.
His combatants for the day would probably be burning their own prayers. How did the Almighty decide whom to help?
Range blue fast.
Adolin thought, raising his head from the prayer, that he'd want those who serve Sadius, even indirectly, to succeed. I'm worried, Navani said. Father thinks the plan could work, and Elokar really likes it. Elokar can be impulsive, Navani said, folding her arms and watching the remnants of the glyph ward burn. The terms change things. The terms, agreed upon with Relis and spoken in front of the High Judge just earlier, indicated that this duel would go until surrender,
Get back in, heal his
not until a
DPS.
certain
Let's
number
pick the
of
top.
plate sections were broken.
Middle.
That meant if Adolin did manage to beat one of his foes, making the man give
We're
in,
going for red mark.
the other could keep
Just
fighting.
between the AoEs.
It also meant that
Stand
Adolin
left
didn't
to
have
the
to
star
stop fighting
after
until he was
pillars.
convinced he was bested, or until he was incapacitated. Renarin walked over, resting a hand on Adolin's shoulder. I think the plan is a good
Left
one,
to the star.
he said. You can do this. They're going to
Small
try
cat
to
speed
break
now.
you, Navani said. That's why they insisted this be a match until
Ranged
we
weight on
surrender.
clearing.
They'll leave you
Star.
crippled if they can, Adolin.
Tank beam
No
out.
different from
Range
the
clear.
battlefield, he said. Actually,
Heals
in this
DPS.
case, they will want to leave me alive. I'll work better as an object lesson with
Get ready for
blade dead
gates.
legs than I would as ashes. Navani closed her eyes, drawing in her breath. She looked pale. It was a little like having his mother back. A little.
Range clear fast.
Like
yeah.
up.
Make sure you don't give Sadius any outs, Renarin said to him as the armorers entered with Adolin's shard plate. When you corner him with a challenge, he will look for a way to escape.
Oh, we don't have.
Let him.
No, you don't need to keep
Bring him down on those sands and beat him bloody, brother. With pleasure. Now,
Green mark.
you ate chicken?
We're going to the
Renarin
right.
asked. 2 plates of the stuff with curry. Mother's chain? Adolin felt in his pocket. Then he felt in his other one.
People up.
What? Bernard asked, fingers tightening on Adolin's
Wait
shoulder.
on clearing.
I could have sworn I
Yeah,
slipped
safe
it
to
in.
clear.
Bernard cursed. Might be back in my rooms,
Range game.
Adolin said. In the war camps. On my
That's
empty.
middle. We're gonna have to dodge to the
Assuming he hadn't
left.
grabbed it, then lost it on the way. Storms. It was just a good luck charm. It didn't mean anything. He started sweating anyway as Renarin scrambled to send a runner off to search.
Red pillars.
They wouldn't get back in time. Already he could hear the crowd
Priest
outside, the growing roar that came
Press in
before
15,
you.
we're gonna rest
The
priest.
last pull, just keep going
Allowed his
anyway. Yeah.
armorers to begin putting
You
on
get
his
past
plate.
her up when you can.
To the left.
By the time they gave him his helm, he had recovered most of his rhythm.
Take debuff out.
The
Range clear.
anticipation that was an odd blend of anxiety in his stomach and
Look at this
relaxation
one.
in his
Where's
muscles.
this go?
You couldn't fight while tense. You could fight while nervous, but not while
Get ready
tense.
for the gate.
Did we
He
get?
mounted the
Did you
surface
get
and
past
they
her?
pushed
Okay,
open
just
the
get
doors, letting him stride out onto the sand.
Good luck.
You could tell from their cheering where the dark eyes
Can
sat.
we reach Disco from here?
In contrast,
No, we got
his
res the
grew
wrong
softer
priest. It's
instead
fine.
of louder when he emerged.
Hope the extra damage can
It
carry
was
you.
good
Only
that
Middle.
Ragnar reserved space for the dark
Healer's pump
eyes.
here. It's fine to have a pillar out of the way.
It reminded him of a battlefield. There was a time,
Arsenals,
he thought,
elf stones.
when I didn't like the battlefield because it wasn't quiet like
Bait
it
the
used
Stuck
slab.
on orange, stuck on
Despite
orange,
his
mythic
original
debuff.
reluctance, he had become a soldier. He strode out into the center of the arena. He
Away
hadn't
from the
left
pillar.
preparation room yet. Take Relis first.
Range clear.
Alan told
Get back
himself.
in.
You know his dueling style. The man preferred vine stance, slow and steady.
To orange,
sudden
spread the
quick
pillars into
lunges.
two group.
Adolin wasn't sure whom he'd bring along to fight with him,
You can-
though he
yeah.
borrowed a full set of the King's blade and plate. Perhaps his cousin wanted to try again for vengeance.
I'm just trying to get half of
Shallan
them.
was there, on the opposite side of the arena, her red hair standing out like blood on stone. She had 2 bridgeman guards. Adolin found himself nodding in appreciation of that, and raised a fist.
You
to her.
boost.
She waved back.
Out.
Adolin danced
To
from one
orange.
foot to the other, letting the power of the plate flow through him. He could win, even
She
without
tank line.
this chain. The problem was he
Bit
had
of
to
extra healing here.
challenge Sadius after this,
And as much damage as
so
you
he
can.
had to retain enough strength for
Too
that
high,
duel.
but we just push it before you
checked,
finish the line.
anxious.
Gate.
Was Sadius there?
Died.
Yes. He sat
Yeah,
only
it's cool.
a little ways from Father and the King.
Performance fell off a cliff towards the
Adolin
end of the
narrowed
night. I
his
think people got
eyes,
tired of the same
remembering
shit.
crushing moment of
We'll look at
realization.
making sure the
Seen
same shit
Sadius's
doesn't
armies
continue to
retreating
happen
from
as
the
best we
battlefield.
can.
That steady
As you'll see, your group gets new
He'd
recruits all the
stewed
time. It's the same with Group
long
8. Performance is too low. We'll give other people a bit of a chance to
to
come
do
and
something.
join you next
The
week.
doors across from him opened.
See you
Yeah, I'm
guys
pretty
tomorrow.
sure you'll
Then
use the
in
skip
shard
tomorrow,
fight,
but me and
strode
Salty and the
out.
officers are going to talk tonight.
4.
Dalinar
See you
said, leaping
guys.
to his feet.
Make sure you're signed
Calvin
up.
took a
Well,
step
Quasar
forward
has the
toward
skip
the
as well.
arena
There you go.
floor.
I think you should use it,
Yes,
but
those
we'll
were all
discuss it.
shard bearers entering the sands of the dueling arena
See you guys.
below.
Bye bye.
One
Well,
wore
good
a silver
effort, guys.
king's
See you
plate,
back tomorrow.
Guys.
The
Yeah,
others
good
three
job.
wore their own,
Don't-
ornamented and painted. Down below, the high judge for the bout turned and cocked her head toward the king.